Okay, we're going live now. We're having technical issues with the Twitter. For some reason, DMs are not working. Sim was trying to send DMs. I've been trying to send DMs. Dan, you made it. Okay, cool.
There we are. What's up, Mr. Love?
Yeah, the DMs were not working, man. It's driving me absolutely crazy. I'm like, I even got myself to like that sweaty point where I'm like frustrated,
I've been there. I have been there. I've been there this past week. In fact, I was there earlier today. I did this drone stream where I was able to put a camera on me and my drone camera in a live stream, but my daughter kept coming up to me asking me questions, and I'm like trying to like look at the camera, look at the drone, and this mosquito kept flying up in my face. Right. And I was live, and I'm like, I wanted to go fuck, but I was like, kill the stream, turn it off, sweat it out. So yeah, I've been there. All good, man. All good. How are you guys doing?
We got you in, so that's the important thing. Now we just got to get Brian to catch up to us. He's probably somewhere around. Sim, will you keep trying to get Brian a link?
How you doing, Sim? How you doing, dude?
I'm doing good. And
man, you sound great for a Puerto Rican. My Canadian friend.
I told you you're gonna break 100 before the end of the week, brother.
That's not gonna happen. I think if I can hit 80 by Monday, that would be an enormous feat, and I'm really looking to hit 1,000 backers because a certain ex-CG person said that nobody outside of Ethan could get more than 1,000 backers in 2020. So I'm wanting to prove some people wrong.
Oh, you definitely will.
Yeah,
you're only 85 away.
Yeah, 1,000 backers, and we're 85 backers away from that. So I think it's possible. And if we hit 1,000 backers, we're going to have something called the Pork Extravaganza, where we're going to cook up bacon and pork jowl and a ham and enjoy it on the stream. And then if I hit 100, I have to wear a pink bunny suit. Someone said I have to wear a pink bunny suit on my stream until it fulfills. So that's a good way to get this thing to fulfill. I see my dad's in the chat. Hello, Pop.
Hey,
Hello, Mr. Fraga.
Pop Fraga is my dad.
Fraga,
yeah, he's a great dude. He's new to YouTube, and he came on my stream earlier today. It was really good to hang out with him. I don't see him as often as I'd like to. He's on the other side of the country.
Yeah. So he's like on the West Coast or East Coast?
Mm-hmm.
West Coast? Yeah.
West Coast.
Oh, so you like grew up, that's right, you like grew up on the West Coast, right?
Yeah. In fact, I'm very new to being an East Coaster. We moved out here in October of 2018 and spent good 18 years of my life up by San Francisco, the other part 25 plus years down in Southern California. So it's pretty much all I know, but I love it out here in Georgia. Like I outside of missing some people and some food, I don't miss California at all.
Yeah, I lived away from California for a while. I live in Cali. We talked about that, but
yeah,
when I lived in Ohio, the Midwest, I missed the beach so badly. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just something about something about growing up near the beach. You know what I mean? It's just it's like an hour away. It's like you gotta. It's like if you live too far away from the beach, you get like Jonesy for it, unless you're not a beach person, I guess. But
yeah, I'm my idea of paradise is the Endor moon. No, because I grew up by those redwoods where they filmed Endor.
Yeah,
and my grandparents used to take me there, and I just remember the smell of the forest, the sounds of the forest. That's like, to me, the most calming. I go to the beach. I enjoy the beach. I like the white noise. I like the sound of gulls and the sand and everything. But I don't like getting wet. I hate wet clothes. Like it's everybody has a weird thing.
Yeah.
I don't dislike the beach, but I prefer the forest much more.
That's why I love where I live, because like an hour and a half drive, I'm at Pismo. An hour drive, I'm up at Yosemite. You know what I mean?
Oh, Yosemite. My older brother and I used to be in the Boy Scouts, and we spent some time in Yosemite. That's right. You're over in Fresno.
Yeah.
My ex-wife was from Tulare, Visalia area, King County.
I got family.
So, yeah. Yeah, I know that area well.
Yeah, they say that it is it's not hell here, but we can smell it from here. So.
That would be Harris Ranch, but yeah, that's
exactly. Yes, that's an unforgettable smell driving through California. That's
correct.
yes.
But when you grow up with it, like the Shell, we had this refinery where I grew up, Shell oil, and it had this smell, and also we had the sound of trains. A lot of trains went through, and I miss the sound of trains. I miss that sort of the in the background. I miss that.
Yeah.
And the smell
That's
too. Yeah, you get used to it.
you kind of forget it's there. You know what I mean? You kind of forget it's there, and then you like I grew up. I don't know how well you know Fresno, but I grew up in a neighborhood, a suburban neighborhood, where the train passed by the neighborhood.
Oh yeah.
Right? So like 4 houses away from the train tracks. You know what I mean?
So
So when the train came by, yeah, you heard it, you felt it. You know, it was.
Yeah.
But you forgot it was there.
Oh
You know
yeah,
what I mean?
it's part of it.
People come over to like stay the night or whatever, and I'd be like, oh, eh. So yeah, I see Brian's in the chat. Brian, dude, hey, we've been trying to send you a link. We cannot get it to you. I'm going to
Pop it in the chat, dude.
Yeah, I'm gonna pop
people like that's the thing, man. I pop my my link in the chat all the time. I get some of the chat come in on the show sometimes if they want to, but ultimately it's you that gets to decide who comes in and out.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
I love how you pop it into the chat, because that way you get a lot of wild moments.
It's unpredictable.
Exactly.
Great interaction. We call my chat the boombox, and the people that live in the boombox are the dudes. It's a shortening of the couch doodler, so they're the dudes.
Right.
We have girl dudes, dudes, and but yeah, all the dudes are welcome. If we get packed up a lot, and I always get that sort of like feeling in my back when it fills up a little bit. I'm like, should I leave? Sometimes I'll leave my own show and just kind of watch from the back room, and it's always interesting.
Yeah, you let.
I've seen you. You leave. Wild.
Go.
Yeah, when you bail out of your own show and like you got 6 people and you're not there, that always cracks me up. I've seen that happen a few times now on your channel.
Yeah, sometimes you got to do it. What's up, Brian? How are you, dude?
I feel very neglected and
You're
excluded.
loved. Here, I'm gonna give you
pouty.
I'm gonna give you a nice head rub.
All right,
we love you, man. We love
Thanks, man.
You got it.
Yeah,
you got it.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if you could tell why, but people often refer to me as a shiny Ethan.
A shiny Ethan.
Yeah.
I'm a shiny. Well, not right now. I got the fuzzy peach dome, but yeah, that's funny. The shiny Ethan. I thought he was the human sunbeam. I thought he was shiny on his own, but that's cool.
Well, I'm still trying to figure out. The real question for me is like which one of us is the good twin and which one's the evil twin.
Does it have to be exclusive? Why can't you both be good?
That's what Ethan said.
Yeah,
but that's not the nature of the universe. There's light and there's dark.
Okay. It's true, but what if there are 4 of you and there are 2 evil guys running around?
Right.
This is going to get a little dirty, but
yeah.
Well, not dirty. when he gets hit in the arm, do you feel it?
No.
Okay, well then you guys aren't the Corsican twins, so you're both good.
Oh, okay. Because the thing is, you can usually tell who the evil twin is because the evil twin always has facial hair.
But you both have facial hair.
But we both have facial hair.
Yeah.
Right.
Is one left-handed and one right-handed?
I don't know. Is Ethan a southpaw?
No, he's right-handed.
Okay, no, I'm right-handed.
I detect no evil. I detect no evil.
Okay. Yeah. Well, I always say the sad truth is that if you took the 2 of us and you shaved our beards, we would both look like the Gerber baby.
Oh man, that baby made a lot of money, dude.
He sure did.
I don't know. Maybe you want to tell people you're the Gerber baby and just get paid.
Both of us, Ethan and I, could actually fight over it in court. No, I'm the Gerber baby.
I am the Gerber baby. But he'll show up in his sweet top hat, and everybody will be like, clearly he's the Gerber baby.
Exactly, and spats and everything, and I'm just like, I'm gonna be like the like Elvis's love child. You know what I mean? Like the prince without a kingdom.
You know what's really sad, and this is a true story. I'm friends with Frank Sinatra III, and he's his father, who's also named Frank Sinatra Jr. His father has been sort of not excommunicated, but denied by the Sinatra family because his mother was like one of Sinatra's lovers. But when you see the guy, you're like, clearly this is Sinatra's kid. Like there's no question about it. He is definitely Sinatra's kid.
Yeah, there's a few of them.
Messed up.
What's Ronin? Was it Rowan Farrow?
Probably
Farrow's son.
I mean, you look at him. Yeah,
he just looks just like Frank. I mean, totally.
That was my one issue with Schwarzenegger is that he didn't acknowledge his love child with the maid. Which I thought was kind of messed up. But
if you lived in California, you'd have more issues with him. Let me just tell you.
I think as the governor, but he ended up doing it. He said, "Okay, I made sweet love."
He did. What I thought was really cool was that his kids, like his with Maria Shriver, they were like when they found out, they were like, "We have a brother." Yeah. They were like psyched.
That's awesome. That's the good way. Instead of being like, "Fuck that guy. He's not legit."
Exactly.
You know?
Yeah. It's like suddenly they discovered like a long lost family member, just totally like welcomed him.
Word to the wise, though, gentlemen. Keep your dick in your pants.
Yeah.
It just boils down to that.
Run out. And if you pull it out, wear a glove.
Yeah,
or
run
at
out
least
and get your Jimmy hats.
No glove, no love.
Or at least just learn to pull it out. Just learn to pull out. You know what I mean?
No love.
If you're feeling like you need to wander, go wander into the bathroom and fap one out, man. Get it out of your
Exactly. Like Too Sweet and Penitentiary 2 said. Like what five fingers can't get done, don't get done.
That's true. That's true.
So we got some guests. Let's say hi everybody in the chat. We got Wiggle Wiggle. Hey Wiggle Wiggle, good to see you. Wiggle? Justin McClure, Zaid Comics. Obviously that's Phil. And then we got Pop Fraga, which is awesome. It's awesome to have him here.
My man.
Look, there's Brian Krischkow whining in the chat. How's that happen? Okay, and then we got Slapstick.
It's the evil twin. It's the evil twin.
Yeah, that's where it is.
You know, Stonefall, he ghosted us. He never read his DMs.
Yeah. Lothar D. And then, hey, everybody, sorry about the late start. In fact, our Facebook broadcast, because we got started so late that ended up getting smashed. So we're not broadcasting.
Twitter's been funky today. Twitter, like all kinds of crazy stuff. You guys, don't worry, you're not the only ones.
No, we're not taking it personally.
Matt Yackey's in the chat. The colorist of Black Flag. Matt Yackey's in the chat.
Oh. Hey, Matt Yackey. Hey,
you know what, dude? Matt, if you look a few up, there's a link to the StreamYard. You should bring Matt in here. He's a good.
Up another one.
He's a good chat.
Amazing colorist, man. I mean, yeah. I mean, we're looking at your work and his work right now.
Yeah.
Boy, do these colors pop.
Yeah, he's a glutton for punishment. Oh, my son wants to say hi to Matt Yackey because Matt Yackey calls him Larry. Even though my son's name is Harrison.
Yeah. When we were playing Mario Kart, I chose to play as this character named Larry, and now he just called to me Larry.
I'm Larry. I'm brother Daryl. My other brother Daryl.
Yeah.
Dan, first of all, I didn't give you a proper hello and welcome to the channel. And second, you make dangerously cute kids.
Oh, they're great, man. They're savages. They're really freaking savage children.
Yeah.
But thank you. Yeah, they're great. Yeah, the youngest one is the easiest one, even though she doesn't like to sleep. She likes to wake up really early. Another one, my brother's in the chat. Bad Noise is in the chat. That's my brother Andy.
Hey, welcome, Andy.
Hey, Andy, how's it going?
Careful,
welcome, man.
That's a blank skateboard. Careful with it. Okay. Yeah, I know.
Well, yeah.
use
So
them for
Matt,
scripting.
that link is dropped in there. If you see it, it's like right between your.
He might be scared. He colors in his underwear, so
That's okay.
sorry,
We don't need to see him from the waist down. How do you know that I'm wearing pants right now?
It's okay.
You know.
I usually work shirtless.
I did
so I'm
this.
good.
I did this.
Okay. First question of the night.
Yeah.
Okay. Big Daddy Kane or Rakim?
Rakim.
Right answer.
Rakim.
Right answer.
Rakim is a friend of mine.
No.
Yeah, I'll prove it. I'll prove it right now, dude. I'll prove it.
No way.
Yeah, no, he's and Harrison's met Rakim too.
No shit.
Hold on. Yeah. Hold on. Let me pull it up. It's in my photo album. We just saw him back in November. Here you go. There's your answer right there.
Damn.
Oh wow. That's awesome.
The R
awesome.
is the God. He's the master. He is the microphone fiend. So, but Big Daddy Kane is excellent, and I've always wanted to see them battle, but it's never happening. I think that they enjoy the what if way more than it happening.
Right. And they both seem like really chill guys.
Oh
like,
yeah.
BDK seems like just like a mellow type of fellow, but always in charge.
Yeah, no, I've never met Big Daddy Kane. I would love to meet him. I'm trying to get Rakim on the show. Like he's a busy guy.
Yeah.
He just put out a book called Sweat the Technique, and he's been on a book tour. And that's where I saw him last. He was in Atlanta back in October. I took my son to go meet him. We talked a little bit, and I talked to his manager to try to get him on the show. So we are trying, and that will be a good time. Great question, Brian. Great question.
That's awesome because then now I'm thinking,
yeah,
comic book collaboration between you two possibly.
I would love that. I would love that. Even if he wanted to write something, that'd be cool. Like, or if I illustrated one of his rhymes,
Right. Next time you see him, man.
That would be awesome because you got to think because his rhymes are like some exquisite poetry. I mean, the stuff he says is pretty awesome. Think about one of those turned into an actually like a comic book. Like actually, the lyrics turned right into into visionary story. That would be.
I think that would be cool.
Amazing. Yeah.
Yaki needs the link again. I think it rolled up out of the chat.
Oh, did it?
So he if you can pop the link in again, that'd be good. That's some crunchy pork rinds you're eating, young man. He's like, I'm gonna come and be really polite and eat pork rinds in your face.
We're a really mellow show. So if he wants to eat pork rinds, all up in our grill,
I know they're good. Don't eat.
It's all good.
I'm just afraid of him eating the whole bag. That's the problem. Because he doesn't take a handful. He grabs the bag and asks you if you want a handful. He's like the George Jetson situation where you got the wallet and the wife takes the wallet and you sit there with that's what he does with any sort of snack.
Oh God!
Which is just savagery.
Yeah. I love how Married with Children took that element of the scene in their intro also.
They did. You're absolutely right. Dun, dun, dun,
because he was giving money to the kids and the wife just takes everything.
Didn't the dog get one too?
Yes, the dog also.
Here, Buck.
The dog came and took what was left.
Yes, that's right.
I do have a question for you, Fraga.
Sure.
That we could use as a segue to your campaign.
Sure. Careful, son.
Where did the origin? Did you come up with the idea for our black flag? Where did that pop up in your mind? That's what I'm curious. Is what was in your head when you came up with that idea? What did you want to do? What's the inspiration?
What made that pop?
It's very simple. It's really, really simple. I wanted a reason to sit in my chair every day. So I put all of the things I enjoy drawing in one place. I put the army man, I put the anime babe, I put the weird alien, I put the wizard, I put the big giant purple monkey. I put all the things together that I wanted to draw, and then I came up with a reason for them to be. So the need to want to draw these things came first, and then my brain put all the connective tissue together.
It's the same for me. It's the same advice.
That's interesting.
Hold on. What do you want to say?
Hi, Matt Yaki.
Hey, Larry.
They said, hey, Larry.
Hi, Matt. Welcome in bienvenue.
Hello, everybody.
Yeah, so I mean, and everybody in there has origins. As far as you got it, like their design origins. So there's a cover of the Art of Mobius #4.
Yep.
And if you take a look at it, that if you took Flint from G.I. Joe and you took the Art of Mobius and you smashed them together, that's Sniper.
Okay.
If you took Bubblegum Crisis along with a lot like Pat Labor, some Japanese stuff, and you smashed them together, that's
Shiro.
Yeah. I see it now. Yeah, because it looks sort of like his costume design.
Right. And then if you take Deadpool, Carnage, Nightcrawler, and Spider-Man and smash them together, you get Rascal. And if you take Doctor Strange and Spawn and Batman and you squish them together, you get Raiden. And if you take the Hulk, the Beast, Pit, and Grape Ape and you smash them together, you get Gorilla.
I was going to ask if Grape Ape was an influence at all, because I used to watch that Hanna-Barbera cartoon back in the day.
I thought there was going to be Monkey Man and O'Brien in there as an inspiration.
So basically, your imagination works the same way that Jeff Goldblum's teleportation pods work in David Cronenberg's remake of The Fly.
Yeah, this is Brundle creation. It's Brundle creation.
Right. Brundle creation. I love it. Hey, Matt, by the way, welcome. You know what I mean? Good to have you here, dude. That's awesome. We obviously have chatted on Dan's channel, but it's nice to have you here, man. It's definitely. So
I appreciate it.
So while I have your attention, let's have you ask you a question here. So what is the thing you like best about coloring on this project? What is your favorite element of that? I know, challenging question.
It is. It's tough. Well, it's all a lot of fun. I mean, it's exciting. It's colorful. It's it's not some moody, crappy. It's hard to explain.
It's supposed to be me, man. It's me.
Well, it is. Yeah. Well, of course.
Okay, I punish Matt. I punish Matt with the insane amounts. Go ahead, you can have that, but you got to cut it up. He wants to come.
Yeah, the sheer amount of detail, which is actually a lot of fun. It's a hell of a lot of work, but it is a lot of fun to do. Yeah, because it's easy to get lost in noodling the little things, and it's kind of fun.
Well, so which character is the most enjoyable? And not because it's the least amount of work.
I haven't found one yet that is better than the other. They're all fun in their own way.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah.
Very, very diplomatic answer.
Well, once we get halfway through the issue, this first issue, then I'll probably be like, I pretty much hate them all. And
I love the way you do Rascal. I love the way you do Rascal,
good.
When we were working on that double pager, that addition of the glow to the eyes, man, I love it.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good stuff. And it's a hard color combo to make work, and he makes it work.
Yeah.
Well, your work is really highly detailed, right, Dan? So
very.
So that makes his job more challenging, I would think.
For sure, and you got to make sense. I mean, look at the double pager down below. Is a big mess.
Gorgeous.
It's a big crazy. Well, that came out wonderful.
This one.
Yeah, that one's great, but the one below it, I know he's already tossing and turning.
There it is. Yes.
Funny dreams.
Yeah. That's awesome. This reminds me of like one of those there's
a sailboat in there.
It probably is.
Oh man!
You just got to cross your eyes, and a sailboat appears in 3D.
Oh, I got it. That's how that works, right?
You have got your work cut out for you, brother.
Oh man, yeah. It's. I'm just waiting on the full res scan of the line art to start.
It exists. It's in Dropbox. I got to give you I got to share it with you. It's in Dropbox. I'll get it to you. But what I'm hoping for, because I thought Shelby's scan was a little crunchy, I feel like I need to scan it over here.
Yeah.
The original artwork's coming, but I feel like I need to scan it. Plus, I think the recolor of for the poster art for our stretch goal is the priority. I know people are itching to see that.
Yeah, that's going to be a lot of work too.
Yeah.
Hey, did you ever read the Volkswagen do-it-yourself manual that was hand drawn?
No.
The level of detail in this reminds me of that.
Now I want to see it.
Yeah, because that thing was like, it was like a lot of little jokes, but I mean, it was a lot of detail because they're drawing every little nuance of the engine and in every little schematic, Yeah. So it's the level of detail kind of reminds me of that.
In your art, I see a mix of Art Adams and Mobius. From what you grew from your early years, you went really into more of a Mobius and Arthur Adams.
I'm actually wearing something. Let me see if can you full screen me? Whoever's got the admin.
Yeah.
Full screen me, and I'll show you something really cool. See this right here? This on this side is a Mobius human.
Mm-hmm.
What?
And on this side is a Mobius android.
Oh, dude!
And I got this in Paris, France. There was a Miyazaki Mobius exhibition, and that walking through. I mean, I was always a Mobius fan, but walking through that exhibit rewired my brain. I came back from Paris just kind of being obsessed with that European feel. So yeah, good eye, Sim. Mobius is way up there, and of course I love guys like Stephen Platt and McFarlane, but you hit the nail on the head.
Simon and I are like the resident French comic book fiends. We're always champions. We're gonna do a show at some point and educate.
Everybody calls me like the biggest promoter for Meta Barons because I keep talking about Meta Barons.
There,
Conan, I have them too.
Is that in English yet?
No,
yes.
This one
Titan is supposed to have them.
This is the French one, but I think they stopped the rights on it because they didn't have the rights here in the States. I have to use Google Translate. But here's the thing, man.
It's public domain in Europe.
But not here.
I'm gonna say,
even for me in Quebec, I have a problem. I have to order them directly from France because they won't distribute it because in Quebec where you have the same rights, it's Eastern.
You can get it from Stuart Ing Books. That's Stuart Stuart Ing NG Books.
So I should probably just get it. I should probably just get it in French because it's not going to be in English like anytime soon.
Yeah,
okay.
But this guy draws boobs.
Titan tried, but they can't because Titan it's UK, right?
Look at what the wife brought. She loves me. Mrs. Fraga loves me. It's berry cobbler and ice.
Ethan's drooling somewhere.
That's right. It's better than fire.
Now that looks good.
That looks really good.
I'm turning the camera off. I'm sorry, guys. I don't want to make you jealous. I'm not gonna make you jealous.
I don't like people watching me when I eat either.
Oh man, you guys are missing out. I wish there was smell-o-vision. I know what Simon's doing.
Yeah,
I've heard that.
Hell, brother.
Yep. There's certain sounds that trigger me. Yeah. The sound of ice clinking in a glass. Like if I'm on a stream with Cecil and I hear his glass, even if he's got his camera off, I'm like, God damn it, I need some whiskey. And I hear your lighter. I'm like, where's my bowl?
Right.
Yeah. I'm the same way. But I know Cecil's actually having people on tonight. Like anybody that wants to come on promote their comic, he's going on at like 9:30, 10 or something like that. Don't leave here, folks, and go to hang out with Cecil. But after you're done hanging out with us, you might want to hang out with Cecil because he's going to be having people on to promote their books.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it is.
Cecil's good people.
Yeah, he is.
I want one of his mummy fingers. I really do.
I can't ever understand people beefing with him because he's just like the most innocuous dude like ever.
I think they think because he wears a mask that he's a clown, and he's not.
No, he's really smart.
He is
super intelligent.
One of the funniest.
He just doesn't take himself seriously.
And his humor is top notch, like Andy Kaufman level. So good.
Yeah. I agree. Oh man, the craziest thing about Cash Grab is the fact that it actually looks like a kick-ass comic.
It does. It does.
Yep.
It's like one of the best pranks ever.
Is it a prank? Are we going to get it?
We're gonna get it, but I still consider it a prank.
I think the joke is part of the whole thing, but I mean, obviously, you know, the book's going to come out. I mean, because Don DeLay is doing some amazing work on that, and it would be tragic if that book does not come out. It's going to be funny.
He's got nothing but ringers working on that damn thing.
Yeah, for sure he does. I want to do something. I want to draw a Cecil. I would do. I would end up doing some sort of Todd McFarlane riff where he's like Spider-Man's 5, right? Where he's burning building and dripping and like, you know, water and dripping and all that.
Toe up.
Yeah, that'd be so fun.
Oh God,
I would love that.
The Cecil fan art's freaking hysterical, man.
It is.
I love the buff Cecil, the one that's all like all hulked out.
Did you see his art in the Ethan's auction?
No.
He drew a picture of himself. And he drew this chest hair, and he had the chest hairs into a curl that formed a penis. So you couldn't directly see. Oh, look at that! You got your Ronin, man.
Oh, Ronin, that's fucking great.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
that's one of my favorite of his, and a lot of people don't like it, but
I love it.
And that was him going full Mobius, and he says it
absolutely,
Mobius, and it's like European and Japanese. And the great thing was, he's like. At that piece of time, 86, most of us didn't know what any of that was because Akira didn't even hit the States until 88. And even still, like what I call the cool kids. And Cecil talked about this on a stream the other day, bringing Cecil back into it. But back in the 80s, 88, 89, 90, X-Men was kind of code for like, you're one of us, you know? Yep. Like if you go like, oh yeah, I collect comics. Oh yeah, what do you read? And they go, oh, Spider-Man, Batman, X-Men, and you put your arm around them. Come here.
Yep. Yeah.
And Akira was a lot like that too. Akira brought that sensibility.
Ninja Scroll too.
Oh, Ninja Scroll.
Oh, Ninja Scroll.
Ninja Scroll's another one. Yeah.
Hey, my favorite line. Did you make love to the ninja girl? That is none of your concern. I was
thinking, is poison.
Yeah, it's true. And it's such a weird movie. Yeah.
So
amazing.
So the book. Okay. So why the title Black Flag?
Black Flag. Thank you for asking. It has origins in what happened to Sniper. Sniper's name is Dalton Snipes. He was an orphan who was taken in and brought up through the military system. He went to a private military school. Throughout his early years, he got sent to officer training. He rose through the ranks. He was a yes man. He was essentially Captain America. He was on a unit with his Landstorm unit, and he found that his second in command was hiding drugs in the bodies of dead soldiers and sending them back. He went to report it to like a good soldier, report it to the higher ups. The higher ups said he's on to us and told Behringer to kill him. Behringer blasts him with some laser paste, leaves him for dead, wakes up under the tutelage and care of a guy named Shrine. Just think a Stick from Daredevil.
Okay.
Shrine brings him back to health. He's filled with anger and rage, and decides that he's going to, become a mercenary and fight for good. And he goes through all of his flags on his uniform and beret and blacks them out because he has no allegiance to anyone but who he sees in the mirror, and who he sees in the mirror is about doing what's right. Nice. So even though he was betrayed by his government, he's still driven by this sense of what is right. Which is very Punisher-like. That's why I said he's like the Punisher and Captain America smashed together.
Okay, so the Black Flag means, I've blacked out my flags. It's like my flag flies, but you can't see it because it's blacked out.
You know what? And if I was
like a man within a country.
Yeah, if I was to say that life imitates art, very much how I feel about the mainstream. Coming over to CG, I'm blacking out my flag. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because I came up through I came up through the mainstream and just found that there was a lot of hypocrisy and craziness, and more than ever, I feel like my own characters, and his story was written 20 years ago. Little did I know I would be living some of that.
That's you know what, it is amazing how art and life, run parallel more times than not.
Well,
sometimes on purpose, sometimes by accident, but it happens a lot.
Your art also evolves from your life. The life that you go through. Sometimes different things, people you meet will direct also the time, the investment you'll put in it, and
absolutely.
That's our characters usually embody our ideals.
Or our fears. That's the other thing. Like if you look at H.P. Lovecraft, there was sort of a catharsis in putting his fears on paper.
Oh yeah.
So basically we take what's inside and pull it out, right?
Yep.
So good, bad, and ugly.
Absolutely. Kick ass. This looks like an amazing book. How many pages is it going to be?
Total, I got to do the math. My math head's broken. It's 4 times 48. I'm sure you guys can do it faster. 192 pages.
Woo!
192 pages. It's 448 pages. Nice. Modeled after The Dark Knight, which is my favorite comic of all time.
I remember the day that came out, man. I remember
1986.
I was day one, man.
Yeah, dude.
That's the book that made me want to be a comic book artist.
My first perfect bound graphic novel was The Dark Knight.
That's right. That's right.
I got the leather edition, and
that's a good one.
Yeah, I mean, Frank. It was all about Frank Miller at that time. Him and I mean, his work looks good when it's inked by other people, like I think like Lynn Varley, but his stuff never looked better than when it was inked by Klaus Janson. Correct. There was just like alchemy there. Do you know what I mean? Like Byrne and Austin, John Byrne work never looked as good when he didn't have Terry Austin doing his things.
Yeah, he did himself in a fun way on FF, but then later on, I think he thought maybe Q-Tip was the way, and people try to talk him out of it, and it didn't work out. But yeah, man, what I'm trying to do is create a nice big story arc over the four issues. Each of our issues has huge cliffhanger at the end. Even our last issue has a huge cliffhanger at the end. And with the name of hold on, buddy, the name of our second issue, because of the cliffhanger at the end of number 1, is Black Flag WTF, which stands for Walk Through Fire.
Okay,
but at the end of issue 1 of Pineapple Perception, which is sort of the umbrella title, but we're giving it to the first one. So this is Pineapple Perception. The next one is Pineapple Perception WTF. But the end of this is much like Empire Strikes Back, where I can't, like, when we do fulfillment, I'm going to get my sonic ears on and listen to the collective screams of WTF.
Oh, sweet.
So you got a little surprise in store for us.
Lots.
I want to take a moment to say hi to everybody in the chat again. So everybody who's dropped in just recently, I see Spike and Madness. I see Leg Kick 1 again. Pop Fraga is still here. We got Bad Noise. Let's see, Metal Movies and Brewskis. Hail Metal.
Hail Metal.
Justin McClure is still here. We got I Borrow Ideas. That's like admitting to things before you do.
That's what we do.
Pawn Mower. Let's see. That's I think that's everybody. And if I have missed you, I'm sorry. Hey, we're so glad you're here. While you're here, make sure you like the video so that everybody can see that you enjoyed it, and also subscribe. So that when we're doing more interviews, you can know that we're here, and you can catch what's going on within Comicsgate, because we love to talk to people who have their books, learn about their books, learn about their characters, and help them, get introduced in a different way, if not in a new way, to the audience. You have been kicking this one out of the park, man.
I think.
Yeah, I mean, obviously you've been fostering a lot of goodwill over the years on YouTube, and I mean, you have a reputation itself within the comics book community. So it's not like you're coming to the table blank. You know what I mean?
But I'll tell you, no one's been more surprised by the success of this than me. You know, I talked with my guys and said, look, I'm hoping we hit around 40 at the end of this, and you know, we can pay for the book, pay for our services, and get on to the next one. I did not know it would happen in 24 hours. We hit like my goal in my head in 24 hours. It's been really blowing us away. I chalk it up to a couple things. Number one, there's the power of Comicsgate. Comicsgate is incredible. The fans, the support, my pals, Ethan Van Sciver, Cecil, John Malin, Vinny. And I'm sorry if I miss anybody, but they've all been so kind in having me come on their shows and kind of exposing my work to an audience that I'd never seen before. I also worked very hard on creating a campaign on my own, like as far as having the countdowns, getting images into people's eyes. I've been hiding this Black Flag symbol in other books for 20 years, which, you know, if you look at the cover of Cyberfrog #2 back in 1996, this is the cover. Yes, cover of Cyberfrog #2 back in 1996 after Black Flag came out. So I've been hiding this symbol everywhere. I've worn it in interviews. I've worn it on shirts. I've hidden it in backgrounds of things. So a little bit of subliminal action there, which has been a lot of fun. But really what it boils down to is the support of my friends and fans, guys like Mike Green, guys like Leg Kick, Luke, who goes by Death Metal Hero. These guys have been so instrumental in sharing the word, getting it out there. I've got a mega talented team in Matt Yackey, Shelby Robertson, Will Perdomo, who used to be an intern at Extreme Studios. He was an intern when he was 12 years old. He was, you know, one of the biggest Black Flag fans back when he was a kid, and now he's co-writing it with me. So it's just been incredible, man. I can't explain other than how fun it's creeping up on 1,000 backers.
Oh yeah.
Where are we at now?
Or extravaganza.
919.
At 919, which is a lucky number.
920 now.
Ooh, 920, 80 away.
This is just such an amazing community. You know, I think I don't know if you did what I did. I don't know if you did what I did, which was I first like kind of lurked in the chats, right? And I was like, okay, let me hang out and like wait and hear, like wait for the racist shit.
Yeah.
Right. And I waited. And I waited. And I waited. I was like, oh, okay. I'll decloak now, introduce myself, and yeah, you know,
it's so crazy, right? Like, and the fact that there are people out there that call it a something, and when you do, like you like, I've always been CG friendly. Like I've been on Ethan's stream, you know, far back as more than a year ago.
Yep.
And he and I have been friends since '95, and I've watched his stream, and I watched, like you said, the other ones, and I'm not commenting in the chats. I'm just kind of watching and waiting. Like you're saying, it's like I had people tell me, "Why'd you go on his show? Don't you know? You know?" And I was like, "Don't I know what? Don't you know?" And then I'm like, "Okay." And I, like you said, you watch and you go, "There is none of this racism, misogynistic, homophobic." Anything detected anywhere. You guys are full of shit.
Yep.
Yeah. Crazy.
But people won't do the 5 minutes it takes. The 5 minutes of research to like find out the truth.
Yeah.
And
that's the sad thing about our society today is we're so used to scrolling and clicking, and if we see it 3 times, we go, it must be true. But you know, I see things like R.I.P. John Denver. Did you know he died? You know, and then you see 4 other people. Did you know John Denver died? And you're like, dude died 20 fucking years ago.
Right.
You know, but they're spreading this thing like, oh my God, you know, summer makes me happier. Tear, you know, I forget. Tears rise on my shoulder. Yeah, it's in my
John
head.
Denver wrote so many of like classic songs that people don't even realize. I mean, you hear the song Rocky Mountain High. You know what I mean? Everybody's they're like who was that? It was John Denver. John really?
Denver.
You know what I mean?
He wrote Eminem's "I'm Slim Shady" song. Fuck, nobody knows about that.
And don't forget, he was at the PMRC hearings, and like the Tipper Gore and her people were like, "Oh yeah, he's gonna be on our side," and he was just like, "Yeah, I don't believe in censorship."
Yeah, right. That's right.
Yeah, and he was actually like really, really, really good friends with Jim Henson. They were like best buddies.
Oh no shit.
Yeah.
Do you know he was a sniper in Vietnam?
I did not know that.
Yeah.
No, that's Mr. Rogers.
But yeah, like he was like evidently like a really good one too.
We're just gonna throw it all out there. Yeah.
But that's in a nutshell.
Yeah, it was Mr. Rogers and it was John Denver, and they hung out with Chuck Barris, and they were all secret agents.
Oh yeah.
Well, yeah, it wasn't.
Well, that's a comic book right there.
Mr. Rogers wasn't the sniper. He was the guy with the piano wire, the garrote. You know.
He gets all, hey neighbor, he gets all close to you. Hey neighbor,
just straight up murking you, man.
Garrett, what do they call that? A Garrett or Garriott or
Garrot?
Yeah,
Garrot.
There you go.
Yes.
It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood.
Cut your head off.
Bye, neighbor. Man, that's the problem. Like some of the misinformation we were just disseminating now gets out there. It's a tool of the assholes. It's a tool that they use to, if you have a threat and you can't beat that threat, you will do everything you can. You will throw shit. You will make up lies, and that you tell that lie enough times to people that don't check, they believe it.
That's the thing. That is actually a real thing now, and that is the negative side of the social media, is that if you lie about something enough, you know what I mean, it's actually easier to sell the lie, because people, first of all, don't want to fact check, and lies are easier to believe. Lies are easier to believe depending on who they're coming from. So it's actually a very disgusting thing. But the truth of the matter is I think that overall society is going to be the better for it, because we're going to start learning how to fact check.
You hope.
Well, it's going to have to happen because otherwise we'll have two levels of society: a successful level and a level of just underling trolls that don't succeed at anything in life.
I think I saw that in Judge Dredd.
Yeah.
When Rob Schneider, you remember when he's coming in and he's like, "That's where I live, right there," and it's like all this stuff, and then they go down and it's just this shithole with gunfire and craziness.
Right.
Yep. You see, I believe the opposite of what Drew believes. I believe that the people who are informed are going to be just further and further marginalized, and that that the people that believe the beautiful lie, or just even the ugly lie, are just gonna You're
talking about numbers. You're talking about there's more people willing to be lazy than are to
absolutely.
We're going to end up in idiocracy.
Pretty much. I mean,
it's been proven that people just read headlines. So that's why there's a lot of issues when you read. They're like, oh, but it's just a headline. If you read the text, but most people just read the goddamn headlines.
And when you're accused of something like racism, it always sounds funny saying I'm not racist, or I'm not a homophobe, or I am not fill in the blank. Do you know what I'm saying? That's always going to sound funny to people's ears. Well, so that's why it's such a that's why it's such a powerful weapon to accuse people of that.
Well, also the other thing too is there are so many tropes that happen. Most people don't like to be accused of anything. But when you accuse someone of being a racist, there's instant, like if you're not on point, and when I say on point, I just mean when you realize like, oh no, this is a manipulation tactic from the other side. If you're not on point, your instant reactions, I'm not a racist. I have black friends. I listen to da-da-da. And you end up fitting into these, like there's a thing in karate called Cotys, right? And
of course,
and what I thought were funny about them is that they work if an attack is exactly that attack, right? So you go, oh, this, that, and the other. But in a real street fight, that shit doesn't really mean anything.
Right.
And what these people try to do by controlling the conversation is they start dictating the Cotys. If I say this, they'll respond with this. And I have a canned thing for this, which will turn and fold them into this. And then they are mine. And that's the tactics that they use. But I'll tell you, I've witnessed them enough times to have sort of a macro view. I can pull back and look at it and go, you're doing that. You're doing that. You're doing that. I'm not going to engage. Go away. You're a gnat. Go away.
Yeah. Like I say, it's like the old terminology, arguing with stupid.
Yeah.
It's like, you'll argue with them. They'll bring you down to their level and beat you with experience. It's like they get you up. They get you angry. They get you that. Yeah.
You said it better than I did. Absolutely.
I find that disarming a personal attack of behavior, because you can't prove a negative. You know what I mean? So it's like they're saying you're racist. You can't prove, well, I'm not racist. That's not provable.
Exactly.
So the trick is to say, well, you're calling me racist. What, you're trying to single out race right now? I think that makes you a racist for trying to single it out.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's like, obviously you're trying to set these rules and define what I'm thinking and this kind of stuff. So clearly you're the one that's racist between the two of us.
Right. Right.
And that's exactly how you disarm it immediately. Everybody feel free to use that one.
There it is. There it is. But and also we don't want to, at least I think I speak for all of us when I say we don't want to take our fellow creators, our fellow comics gators who are of a certain persuasion or of a certain ethnicity and hold them up and go, oh, look, see, we have a black guy.
Right.
Or, see, we have a Hispanic dude. We even have a Quebecois.
Right. Uh-oh.
So
do we.
Now you're being racist, man. You're being racist.
Because to do that, to me would feel really racist.
Dude, we grew up in the 80s and 90s, and it was cultural acceptance. It was let's just experience each other's culture.
Yes.
Let's mix it up. Let's learn from them. Let's do this. It was all like, let's be one and let's just accept everybody, dude. And there was more diversity than ever. But ever since the more that they became in control, the less there was, and now it's division and everything. And I'm like, whoa. Cultural appropriation now? Sorry.
Yeah. Hey guys, you guys keep going. I gotta go tuck this girl in. It's a priority, so I'll be back in.
You got it, brother.
All right.
You got it. Do the dad thing.
As far as all that goes, you know what I mean? It's absolutely ridiculous, because the truth of the matter is that race is something that is a difference between people. Redheads and blondes are different. You know what I mean? Sometimes blonde girls get treated differently than redheads. Sometimes brunettes get treated differently. It's like there's always differences between people: skin color, hair color, height, weight. There's so many things that make people different from each other. And the thing is, we need to embrace the differences and not try and deny their existence, because that right there is, because trying to pretend that somebody is like colorless is wrong. It really is.
It is.
But holding something against somebody because of how they look, that's wrong also. So what's the answer? The answer is really simple. The answer is to just not give a shit.
And the final answer that there's none of that. None of that shit is in our books and Black Flag right there.
Yep.
I don't know that purple monkey, man. That purple monkey.
He's awesome, dude. He's awesome. He was my favorite character in the freaking original series. So I'm sorry.
I'm just trying to blow some smoke because I love Grape Ape.
And I like the fact his name is Gorilla. It's not Gorilla. Gorilla. Guerrilla warfare.
I don't like gorillas, and I don't like comic books with gorillas in them.
You're a speciesist.
But you like half wolf, half woman. You know.
Hey, I'm a little freaky like that. What can I say?
But Wolf Woman gives him a boner, man. Fully
here's the thing. You're like saying about cultural appropriation. Think of the monumental stupidity of the mind that came up with cultural appropriation. Holy shit. That's not... Look, when you have something like, for instance, let me just take since we were talking before about
cultural appreciation now.
Exactly. You take something like rap music, right? Rap music doesn't belong to the South Bronx. It doesn't belong to New York. It doesn't belong to black people. There's kids in Hong Kong right now making hip hop records on their computers. There's a kid in Germany who's like the beatbox champion. There's a kid in Japan who's like a beatbox champion. That's a fucking beautiful thing when something becomes that big and that important and that special that it starts to like hop from culture to culture and everybody is into it. That's a freaking beautiful thing.
Here's the thing. See, true good music is not culturally based.
It's not.
You know what I mean? No, there's cultural music, like you can go and hear like African drum, that kind of stuff that's very specific to like a, tribal presentation and that kind of stuff. And yeah, that's cultural music. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but like Beethoven.
If you try to say that rap is cultural music, I'll say no, rap is from the street.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's not a culture, it's a lifestyle. It's a little bit different.
And you get that with comic books, right? Look at what the Japanese have done. Look what the French have done, and then the ball gets bounced back to artists here, and then they start drawing from those artists, and it's like everybody doing their own, giving everything its own flavor, and then like borrowing from each other, right? Like Akira Kurosawa did Yojimbo, right? And so. Italian westerns, they were all like American westerns until Sergio Leone took Yojimbo and did it his way.
Yeah,
right?
Before we digress too far, let's get back.
Let's
get back to Dan's book.
I love Kurosawa.
I really want to have the opportunity to dig into this. I want to know about these characters. You know what I mean?
Definitely.
Last Man Standing with Bruce Willis.
So tell me about the big purple gorilla.
His name is Ben Davis.
Ben Davis.
Did you ever see that comic We Three?
Yes.
Yes.
He's We Three before We Three. He was a regular animal that was experimented on to become a weapon, and the higher ups wanted to accelerate the program, and when they did, he woke up and broke out. He ended up ending up in this little kid's treehouse, where he learned like Johnny Five Alive by reading comic books and a slang dictionary. So that's how he initially learned. That's why he speaks a little hip hop-ish, because he learned everything from a dictionary of slang. He loves cartoons. He's kind of childish, but he's also a weapon. So he's basically a weapon of the government that has broken free, and he's one of my favorites.
Well, I can see why.
He looks like he's a lot of fun. He really does.
Well, definitely.
What about the lady here in silver? What's her story?
The lady, you mean the girl in pink?
Is she in pink? I'm sorry, I have a color deficiency. So
no problem, man.
It looks a little silvery, but yeah. Pink.
Yeah, she is. Her name is April Emoto. She is the heiress of the Emoto Corporation. For lack of a better comparison, she is Tony Stark as a woman.
Okay.
Her father was assassinated. She took over the company and had been fighting against their rivals, which is the Dojo Yama clan. This guy Dojo, he's basically the Japanese version of the Kingpin, and his Dojo Yama clan is like the Foot. But you throw in a little bit of industrial espionage, and they were you get their feud. She hired Sniper as a mercenary to help her after her father died, to help protect the corporation, and in the interim, ended up picking up the monkey and the alien, and the Doctor Strange type was her father's. I guess the word is Svengali. The guy that's there to advise. He was there, so he's there as well to advise her. But they're an eclectic bunch that got together, and they're kind of like the Avengers now, but in a very weird way.
That's very awesome. That's very awesome. Okay, and so the other character here, the one that's all in blue, his name you said is Raiden?
No, that's Rascal. Raiden's the guy with the cape.
Little guy hiding in the back.
Yeah, the guy hiding in the back with the gems.
Okay.
He's always back there doing stuff. So Rascal, His real name is Likum Zemog, which is Michael Gomez backwards. It's my best friend from junior high. Yeah, Likum Zemog is his name. He's basically the William Wallace of his planet, and they were taken over by this race of Grimalkins, these cat people. He ended up stealing their time slip disc and evading being captured. And he ended up getting lost in time and space, landing in Dagger City. He took refuge with Yoshi Yamato, April's father, and in exchange for his kindness, he gave up some of his technologies. And that's how the Yamato Corp ended up moving ahead in the corporate world, is by having this alien technology, which has morphing suits and weaponization. And they also made toys. That was how they made a lot of their money, is making toys.
What kind of toys did they make?
Not the kind of toys you're thinking. I'm just kidding. They're just fun toys. Like, if you think about this, I think all of us are born either in the 70s or early 80s. I think I can say that for all of us here.
Yeah, 70s.
1968.
So, nice, man.
Ooh.
60s, old man.
Yeah, I know.
Just kidding.
True.
Every now and then, and this happens to me a lot. I have a lot of out-of-body experiences, and sometimes when I'm holding my iPhone, I think about the time when my dad brought home a Commodore VIC-20 back in 1982, and using a tape drive, and doing all these things, and I remember thinking, this is the pinnacle of technology, like couldn't believe it. And I don't know if you guys have ever seen the meme where it shows an iPhone in I think it's like 2011 when they made this meme, and then they show you Radio Shack 1985, and they show a camcorder, they show a computer, they show a tape recorder, they show an Encyclopedia Britannica stack, all of these things, and they're like, all of these things and more are in this device, right? So if you go back to your even when I go back to my 12-year-old self, the idea of an iPhone is magic. Like,
right?
What a fucking TV, and it records me like a tape. Oh my! Like what?
More power in your pocket than there used to really be like computers that would take up the entire bottom floor.
The Cray computer, the one that made Tron, right? Like I do all of my video shooting and editing and compositing on my phone, right? Yeah. So the answer to your question, what kind of toys? Yamato makes the kind of toys that make people go wow, like in an Apple sort of sense, like robots that have AI robots for little kids, all the things that you would call magical as a toy. Is what Emoto did. They made those leaps and bounds as a company, like an Apple, and that's how they made their money because Rascal crash landed.
And Arthur C. Clarke's rule.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
The advanced technology is indistinguishable from magic, I think you said.
That's right. That's exactly right. So thank goodness for Rascal's appearance, and that's where all the money and stuff came. But we're going to learn a little bit more about Yoshi Yamato and his background and his relationship with Raiden, who's our magician. And we are going to see so many bullets and so much action that, honestly, I mean, Matt knows the story, and there's a few people that have read my outline that are sworn to secrecy. This thing is certain to blow people's minds.
Can't wait to read it.
Yep.
I'm excited.
We should definitely take a look at your tiers, brother.
Yeah, let's take a look. So we've got our number one featured, which I believe is the Ashcan and comic. You're able to pick from both versions of the comic. There's a line art cover, there's a color cover, and we have I'm trying to remember what it was called. Facsimile. I love that. I always forget it. A facsimile version, an archival version of the 1994 Ashcan that started it all. There's only 500 of the originals in existence, so it's one of the more coveted items in the Black Flag collection. So I thought, hey, wouldn't it be great to recreate it? It's going to have some differences. The image eye is going to be stripped out. Any mentions of Extreme Studios and Youngblood are going to get stripped out because those are not my properties. But we will be including a few surprises in there. So that's tier number 1. And by the way, everything's signed. If you get a comic, you get an ash can. It's everything's signed. When this goes to fulfillment, I got to go up and sign everything. The first the first tier that's not in feature is the color comic. You get the 48-page comic, and we hit our 50K stretch goal. So it's going to be perfect bound like Dark Knight. We're going to have the Perdomo, Fraga, Robertson, Yaki, Bruznak on the side with the name of the book with the 1 on it. So eventually when we do the slip case, everything will go in and look really nice and neat.
Awesome.
We've got a black and white version of it, same price. They also come signed. Below that, we have the 2-item combo. So you can get 2 of the color, 2 of the black and white, 1 of each if you'd like. Below that, we have the 2 comics, 2 ash cans. Again, you can mix and match on how you'd like those comics. You can get 2 of the same, 1 of each. Below that, we have it's called a Fragaboom Mega Box, and there's no comic in that. It's just all of the swag that you can get as add-ons, but in 1 box. We got dog tags, we have shot glasses, we have the cap, like the one I'm wearing.
Oh, you got merch, huh?
Yeah,
cool.
We've got a shirt, we have trading cards,
swag.
And my favorite thing in there is the challenge coin. And the reason the challenge coin is my favorite is it has a saying on the back, which is one that I came up with after talking with Bruce Lee's daughter. And it's be and do your best. That was really Bruce Lee's philosophy, is when you wake up each day, even if you're sick, even if you don't feel well, still just aim at doing your best. And it's like when we get lazy, that stuff adds up, and our life ends up turning into woulda, coulda, shouldas.
Yeah.
And if you really keep in mind to be and do your best, you realize all of these things add up in the opposite to become great. So that's my favorite item in the Fragaboom Mega Box. Below that, we have ash can comic and head sketch. It's $100. And the reason why it's the same cost as the head sketch only is simply that when you order this tier, you get the book, the ash can, and a head sketch, but it's my choice. Chances are you're probably going to get a gorilla or a rascal, because those are my favorite 2 to draw head sketch wise. Head sketch only, you get to pick. You get to say, I want this guy. And it's like a commission. Ammunition load up is 4 comics, mix and match, 4 ash cans, and a head sketch. Share them with your friends. Show off your head sketch. The one down below it is the huge thanks and then name check. What the additional charge gets you, which it's the same as the ammunition load up, but you get your name in the book as a thank you, as a patron of the comic, someone who helped make it happen, brought our numbers up. So that's what happens there. Down below, we have an original page of Black Flag art. It looks like we have 4 pages left. I did not know they would go this fast. It's a wonderful thing.
That's awesome. It really is.
Yeah,
amazing.
The original art. So some of the pages, I mean, the 2 that you saw up there are the double pagers, which are all gone. The only pages that will remain after this campaign are the ones that go to Shelby. Shelby, I made an agreement with him, much like Marvel, that he gets a third of the pages.
Nice.
And then
I know Shelby, by the way. He did a cover for 6 Gun Gorilla for me.
Oh, wait a second, Brian.
Yeah.
You're 6 Gun Gorilla.
Yeah.
You know, I bought I bought your book, man. I can't.
Did you?
Yeah,
I
can't wait to get it.
Oh, thanks, brother.
You're gonna dox the hell out of me. In fact, today I thought because I got a bunch of books off of eBay and it was heavy and sent in a mailer, I was like, it's my 6 Gun Gorilla. Yeah, I'm a big. I can't wait, man.
Thanks, brother.
Yeah, no problem. Yeah,
you're too kind.
Yeah, Shelby's my homie. In fact, I gave him his first job, which was a issue of Black Flag.
No shit.
Yeah, 100%, man. He's a good dude. He was in Black Flag #4, Black Flag 0. Shelby's good people, so he gets to keep his pages. I got to figure out a bonus for Matt. Matt, I got to figure out something for you. Maybe the Black Light poster Dark Knight one is going to go to you. I think that's the one that
hook a brother up.
Down below, we have something called Mind Blown, which you get some books, you get a head sketch, you get some ash cans, but more importantly, you get drawn in the book getting killed, and you get to pick where you die. You can choke on a chicken bone if you want, because there are opportunities in the book to die on a chicken bone. You can get killed by the monster. You can get killed by friendly fire. You will not get killed by Black Flag or Geisha sitting on your face. That's not going to happen. People try. Hail Skits Comics. I see Skits Comics.
Hail Skits.
And then last but not least, we had the double page Black Flag art, but those all went. Those are gone. We're going to add some tiers, and they're going to be special, but they're going to be probably near the 30-day mark. I'll be throwing in the original art for the cover, which is this bad boy here. I don't know if you can full screen me.
Yeah, let me jump you there.
No problem, man. So this is the original art to the cover. Obviously, the McFarlane art from 1994 is gone. But this is going to go up as a perk. I'm also creating a one-of-a-kind Black Flag scene on a skateboard deck. So we're going to get.
I had a weird feeling that you were going to do something like that.
Yeah, we're going to get this, and then I wrote a song called Nike That, which is a motivation song. Nike That is about the phrase "Just do it." And I got myself a pair of super clean ivory Nike Cortez Nikes that are going to get the Dan Fraga doodle treatment. They're going to be completely covered in doodles, and those are going to go up as a perk as well. I just wanted to create some really unique Black Flag perks. So those are going to end up there shortly as well.
Badass.
That is awesome, man. That is really awesome. And now this guy here, this one is Rascal, then, right?
That is Rascal, colored by none other than Andrei Kromov, aka Dre. He was the colorist of the Prophet number 4A cover with Stephen Platt. One of my favorites from the old days. In fact, he was didn't he show you some things back in the day, Yaki?
Oh yeah. He was he taught me how to color. He got me into it.
Yeah, man. Excellent dude.
Yeah.
Am I seeing? Did I see something checking in? Oh, Michael Green. It's Michael Green's son's birthday today, man.
Oh wow!
Happy birthday
to your kid!
Oh man, happy birthday to your boy.
Yeah,
definitely, man.
And he backed.
I got to him a text.
So wrote Torres there.
Yes, he did.
Hail, Michael Green.
Yeah, big time. I'm gonna write. Happy birthday to you, boy.
So you've jumped up about 4 or 5 since the stream started. You're
really?
at 923 backers right now. So
that's the kind of power we have.
That's amazing, guys. 923 is great. 23 is my favorite number. I'm really looking forward to the Porktacular. It's going to be great. I know that Matt knows, and this is going to oh, that's really great. Pondmower called me Gump. I'm the Forrest Gump of comics. I have such a really strange origin story, but man, I lost track. What were you talking about?
Well, what I would like to say is, I am really impressed with the humbleness that you have, man. That you come out. The truth of the matter is, you got a lot underneath you, a lot of time, a lot of work, a lot of a lot of actual real shit that you could be cocky about, and you're not. You know what I mean?
There's no reason to, man.
That's amazing, man. And it's like let me just say that you right now you have 27 days left of a first 30. You know what I mean? That means that there's even another 30 if you choose to so far use it. But you are going to see triple figure. You're going to see see 100K easy on this. I know you're modest about it. I know you're modest about it, but it's gonna happen.
That's bunny suit time. That's bunny suit time, man.
You didn't even believe that he can make 30K in one day.
I know. Yeah. I didn't.
That I was positive of because especially that was going to happen for sure.
I'm going to show you guys something real quick. I'm going to show you what is coming to my house on Monday.
Is it the bunny?
Yeah, look at Writhing Monday.
Did you get it off eBay? Did you get it off Amazon or eBay?
Amazon. I wanted to get the furry one, because we were talking how furry. Like, if I got a genuine furry person to make it, no, I have complete logic on this. Right, this thing is not super expensive. He's happy here.
Right.
He's happy, and then
but it's probably not comfortable to hang out in.
Yeah, he's doing the Ralphie, and I'm sad. But what I was thinking about was this. The purpose of this costume is for that person, whoever manufactures it, to make a profit. And it's probably going to come from China. It's probably going to be itchy. By the time I'm done with it, it's going to smell like my nuts. It's going to be it's going to be gross. But I was thinking about like furries and how a furry, they want to be in that suit. So when they make their suits, they're made for two reasons. I think reason number one is it's got to look good. Number two, it's got to be comfortable. And number three, it's got to have easy access to the front and back.
Right. Oh man, that's mad crazy logic right there.
Yeah,
right.
I don't know how. I mean, seriously, like my browser history would look extra messed up if I actually actively looked for it, searching for furry who can make me.
Somebody in the chat that I'm sure can hook you up.
Well, somebody had said
that's a little yiffy, maybe.
Yeah, somebody had said they know I forgot. It was like an Amish person, but I forget what the name. It wasn't like not a Hedidite. There was a name to it, but they said I know a so and so that can make it for you. I'm like, because they won't know. They'll make it for comfort, but they won't know. But I needed it sooner than later because I'm going to drape it over my chair. Just to bait people, be like, it's going to be on. I was going to wear it for one show. John Malin, our coach, said, you got to go for more than one show. He was talking about how he didn't have eyebrows and he had an eyebrow tear and he had to wear his eyebrows for 2 weeks.
He did.
Somebody in the chat said I have to wear the pink bunny suit until I fulfill.
Oh, that could be a long haul, though.
No, I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna take it. I will. I will wear the bunny suit and this is how crazy I think it is. If we hit 100, I will wear the bunny suit in every one of my live streams until we fulfill.
Wow. Okay, well, get ready. That's going to happen in a couple weeks, man.
So you're going to regret those words, at the end of the week.
You're gonna regret just having made that promise, brother.
Before Sunday.
I'm gonna have to get a couple because I'm guaranteeing if we hit that, it's gonna stink.
It's gonna get fun. It's gonna get funky in there.
Yeah,
it's gonna be. And summer's coming, so I hope your AC is kicking. Man.
It'll smell like cobbler and weed.
and ball sweat.
And ball sweat.
Yeah, and ball sweat. Sweaty.
That's fantastic, man. That's fantastic.
You see, that's why we love you, Dan. You're not high off the smell of your own farts.
No, I can't.
Like some of these folks in the industry are.
It's like musky though. It's musky.
Yeah, there you go.
So another question about the book. All right. So if you had to pick one single element that was your favorite thing about the Black Flag universe so far, what would that be?
Fun.
Just that it's fun.
Yeah. That it's fun. It's going back to your original question, how they got together. It's just fun. It's pure bliss. There was I'm sure you guys remember Comic Book Greats with Todd McFarlane and Stan Lee. He said in Comic Book Greats that he doesn't draw the way he does to buck the system. He draws that way because he has to sit there for 12 hours a day and doing this thing, and you want to have fun. So I created this thing in a way where it's like on any given page, I get to draw a gorilla. I get to draw an army man. I get to draw a sexy chick. I get to draw a wizard. I get to draw basically Wily Kit and Wily Cat. That's who my kids are, in the book. And if I want to, because now I'm setting my own schedule, I can go into the acid trip that are all the Raiden sequences, because when he goes into his Granacata, his gem realm, you see him conjuring the gems. When he goes into his gem realm, all bets are off. MC Escher meets Mobius meets Timothy Leary. We're going crazy.
Oh,
so the idea for me is it's fun. There's never an opportunity for me to go, I don't want to draw today. There's something every day for me to get into.
So I think we just figured out which character is going to be Matt's least favorite to color. So
who you talking about, Raiden?
No, yeah, the one when he goes into the gem realm and it gets all
Raiden.
Like,
that's all Matt. Yeah, Matt Yackee, I think that's going to be his favorite.
You think so?
And the thing is, as an artist, if you're having fun, it's going to come across.
That's right.
It's infectious. You know what I'm saying?
It's true. It transcends, because I was watching an interview last week on, I think the name of the channel is Meta. It's Paul Jenkins' channel. Yeah. And he had Kevin Eastman on. And Jenkins had asked him about what do you attribute your success to? And he said, you know what? The first 15 issues of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles was Peter and I sitting in a room making books for each other, you know, and I absolutely relate to that. You know, I'm making books that I want to open up and worlds that I want to dive into and live in. So like you said, it's got to translate out and make its way out, and people are going to see the passion and know and have the same kind of fun I'm having.
Yep.
That's fantastic. I mean, obviously, you know, I'm excited for the book. I mean, I have the bragging rights of getting number one. I love being able to do that.
Booyah!
I love those bragging rights. But but I am excited to read this. I mean, it's something that you know, I heard you talk about a little bit, and it made me want to ask all these questions, because some of these things I haven't heard the answers to. So I definitely wanted to know, you know, like the inspiration and the thought process that goes into creating these characters, because I mean, you know, it's like I'm going to be reading this book, and as a writer, I'm like, okay, well, where did all this inspiration come from? I mean, because it's really a unique cluster of characters. I mean, they're all very different from each other. I mean, extremely.
Have you ever read Alan Moore's On Writing Comic Books?
Oh, I got it right. Yes. I got it right here.
Yeah, the Antarctic Press one. Okay.
Yep. Right there.
There it is. When I was putting this story together, I always had this story in the back of my mind, as far as things that happen. But one of the things that I never understood, and you'll notice it in the early 1995 series, as a writer, the shit was scattered everywhere. A lot of good concepts, good ideas. And the big mistake we make as writers and as writer artists is we have this thing so fleshed out in our head that we draw one thing and we think that it translates out to the audience to mean everything it means to us. But it's so subjective that we have to have a through line that translates out to the audience. And I didn't learn that until reading Alan Moore's. And one of the lines he was talking about was having an overall sort of concept or theme to pin your entire story upon. And like he used the analogy of women's menstruation for Swamp Thing. And there's no sign of a girl having her period in the book, but that's what he hung the dressing on, was this sort of concept, and he used it as the framework in which to build it upon. So what I came up with, and which made everything make sense for me, and when you guys are done reading this issue 4, you can go back and play the tape. The whole theme for this is that the planet Earth belongs to the devil, and it always has. That's what it boils down to, is that the Earth belongs to the devil, and that music is his muse. I'm not talking like even in a religious sort of way. What I'm saying is like we live in a place where right is wrong, wrong is right.
Yeah. It's a fallen world.
Yeah, it's a fallen world from get-go, and it belongs to the devil. It really belongs to the devil. And believe me, there's no theology in my book whatsoever, but that's the theme I hung this stuff upon, was that this we're not on, we don't have the home field advantage.
Yep.
That's the whole thing about this book.
Well, you know what, Dan, I am so glad that you're having this great success with this, man. It makes my heart joyful to see these numbers go up for you, man. It really does. So yeah, you're still at 923 with $680. So
we need if I would love, man, I wish there is a $20 thing. If somebody came in and got a $20 thing and we got a 77700. Not a Doug TeNapel 00, but like but a 777, I would lose my mind.
Well, you don't have an even $20 tuber. You only have the 20.
You're right. That's right. Dang it. You know what? It won't happen. It'll happen in my heart, but it
could be a 77705.
That's true. If there's 3 7s in there that's my Michael Turner number. Or if it said 77723, that would be pretty epic too. But I don't know how that's going to be.
Well, that depends on your shipping costs as well. Like if your shipping costs reflect that. You said I think they're 11. Is $11 for shipping?
Yeah. My fulfillment.
So then it would be 36. So 36 on this would be 777. Actually, it would be 777
06 or
11. Be 77711.
Yeah.
Are you guys numerologists?
No, I'm a big fan of certain numbers. Like my buddy Mike Turner of the Fathom series, his favorite number was 21. My favorite number is 23. I don't know if you can see it, but it's tattooed on my wrist.
Yeah.
And I'm not, and I admire Michael Jordan, but this has nothing to do with Michael Jordan.
Everybody 77711 is a pretty lucky number. So somebody in the chat right now, take a few moments and go back at least at one of these $25 tiers. I mean, you're going to get the book. You're going to get a bunch of wonderful extras because and you're going to you're going to help put him into a bunny costume, which is almost worth it.
Smelly bunny costume.
But yeah, so we can get this thing to 77711 because that would be a great number to land on and be able to see.
So, a Death Metal Hero told me he's going to get the Donnie Darko bunny outfit if it happens. So I'm going to be the pink bunny. He's going to be the Donnie Darko bunny.
That'll be funny.
Well, that's awesome.
He's in the chat, right? That's who Leg Kick is here.
No, Leg Kick is my buddy Gary. He's he hails out of the West Coast. We got Rooster Puncher, who's a talented writer over at Alterna. He's got Hellseekers coming out. He's got Voidwalker that's out now. He's cool. Great. I recognize a lot of people. Is Rust. I don't know his Rust's name, but I see him a lot. Pawn Mover as well. A lot of really, really awesome dudes in the chat.
Yep. Yeah. And we got Phil from at Zaid Comics.
Magic Cop.
Oh, you see Zaid. Yeah, Magic Cop's excellent. And Lost Pages is coming out. The pre-launch page is out.
I'm really looking forward to that. I'm really, really looking forward to that. The silhouette in particular.
Yeah, it looks good.
Yeah, it does.
Really good.
Well, wait till you see one of the stories in this stretch goals.
Oh yeah.
Definitely. That Lost Pages is going to be cool.
I've seen some things. Zaid's got some tricks up his sleeve that are very exciting.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, most definitely. Yep. And he's a good dude.
He's a really good dude. He's a lot taller than he looks though. When
6'5".
6'5", I'm like, man, it's not often I meet anybody that I go like this to,
that's a lot taller than me.
Isn't it like the same height of Mark Silvestri? Isn't it like 6'5" or something?
I think Mark is 6'3" and change. Mark's not as tall as he seems, but he's not.
George Romero was about 7 feet tall.
Was he really?
Yeah, man.
No one's getting to his brains.
Wow.
Yeah, no way. That'd be a long climb.
Brains, fuck it. I'm way too far up there.
But yeah, like you were talking about this before, Alan Moore's writing for comics. Whenever I talk to anybody that wants to write comics, I'm like, get a copy of this.
Yeah, get that. Words for Pictures by Bendis and writing for comics by the DC guys. I think it's Denny O'Neil. Who's a genius.
Right. So we just moved to 924. We just moved to 924. So let's see what that was. In a moment, we're gonna get the value caught up. So we may get.
Oh, is that how it works?
Yeah.
This is my first campaign, so I've been having people tell me like, "Oh no, you go over here to click on update." And
well, no. See what happens is when you actually commit to back, right? It gives you a backer number.
Yeah.
And then the credit card runs.
Oh, and then the
credit card clears, and then the money goes into the account. That's a few more steps because they have a verification process. Yeah. And sometimes that money doesn't go clear, and then the backer will disappear instead of the money jumping, and then it'll actually register as a refund in your account.
Oh, that's why. It's funny. I've seen a few of those emails where it says Black Flag Indiegogo refund, and I was like, man, did people just be like, man, I thought that monkey was going to be more purple than this. Fuck that. Give me my money back.
So you're at 77729.
I'm taking a picture. We got 3 7s.
That's my number.
Yeah.
I saw something else in the chat that I got a couple people out there that are 11 fans. I'm going to take a picture of a tattoo and show it on the screen right now. For my 11 friends, look at this, 1111 on my list. That's my other combo, which is the 21 for my buddy Mike Turner. So I've got my 23 here, my 1111 here. I'm a big 11 fan.
The real question is, are you going to freestyle for us at some point?
At some point when I roll the joint.
Not to put you on, you know.
I want to hear a bunny suit freestyle when he's got that on. We need that.
Yeah, man.
Hey, when I'm farting and pooping, it's a money toot. That's all right. I got this really funny boot. I gotta get to 100, get a bunny suit. That's all right. It's not a zoot suit. We got things. We got a point. We got these things. We roll a joint. Yeah. I had a few. We got the indie comics with the interviews. Yo, I'm freestyling. Don't smack me. I see a chuckle and drinking. His name is Matt Yaki. Oh, take a sip, fat lip, because you know I got the drip, drip, drip. Take a whip. Oh, Brian, how you say your last name? Criscow, boom pow. Like Black Flag says, ow. Yeah. We got the thing. That's what we're going to do. Pew, pew. This here comic's got titty milk and Mountain Dew. Yeah. Let's begin. Right above me is my man, Sim. What am I going to do? I'm almost through, but I can't forget about our host, Mr. Drew.
Yeah, that was great, brother. That was fantastic.
All true MCs brother. At like the drop of a hat. I didn't mean to put you on the spot, brother.
It's okay. I'm ready for you.
You were. Always.
That's definitely amazing. That's definitely amazing.
It's not my best. If I had a beat, I usually do it better when there's a beat. But yeah, I did.
I killed it.
I did what I could. Did what I could, man.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
That's fantastic. All right, so everybody, thank you for coming in and watching the show. Thank you for showing up, and if you like what we do here, if you want to support us, we would really appreciate it if you hit that subscribe button and then hit a like, hit the like on the video so that we, so that this gets a little bit of attention with YouTube and other people can come and learn about what we figured out today about the book. Hopefully we revealed some really interesting things because I love to dig into the book. I love to hear about the characters. Dan is a righteous dude. He is a really righteous. I am really proud to have met him and I can't wait to get to know him better over the years because one of these days me and this guy got to get down with a big fat blunt and just laugh our asses off. I tell you.
And I want to see that Rakim comic. I want to see that Rakim collaboration.
I would love to do that, man. Like he is the man. He is the man. He's the art. And if you guys get a chance, you need to check out his book. I have a hard copy of it. But the great thing about audiobooks is he reads the book.
Sold.
You get this like, it was 1967. What he's on. I was chilling in the hood.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, no, it's so good because it's like Rakim reads to you for 6 hours, and you're like,
must have. What's the title again?
Sweat the Technique.
Sweat the Technique. I am all over that, like stink on rice.
That's gonna be awesome. Yeah, that is. If you got yourself an audiobook account, hunt that down right now.
Yeah, man. Yeah, it's worth it. It's definitely worth it. The flip of that, I don't know if you guys are big Richard Marchenko fans.
Sure.
Yeah, don't ever get an audiobook by him. Okay? And I'll tell you why. He's an author who wants to read his own stuff.
Yeah.
And you read his stuff, and here's this fucking team, a SEAL team, Navy Team 6 badass, like legit certified badass.
Right.
But then I remember I'm listening to his book, and I'm like, this guy's voice is kind of grating. And then he had this line where he said, sorry. It sounded like this. He goes, I crouched down behind the tank. My joints were stiffer than a teenager's cack. And I went, oh God. He just doesn't sound like a tough guy. And I was like, I'm done. I can't.
Yeah, it kind of ruins the image in your head.
You know that Gilbert Gottfried did a bunch of audiobooks as a joke. You know what I mean? It's just like you're like, oh my God.
Oh,
that's like
Gilbert
doing audiobooks. Oh
God.
But Rakim's book is absolutely worth it because
I will check it out. I will check that out. But yeah, next time you talk to him, man, be like, hey, you want to do a comic book?
Yeah.
Nudge. Just saying.
Yeah, he's got a copy of my book, The Grave, which I'm hoping he gives it a read. He's a busy dude, though.
I understand.
On his he's got a tour for his music. He's got a tour for his book. So I'm hoping. Be great.
That would be awesome. Because I just want to read it.
Definitely read his book. It's got so many great stories. His stories.
Yeah, fantastic. I am so happy that you came on to the show, and I'm so glad that we got through these technical difficulties and we were able to dig into the book and definitely, man, we're probably going to want to bring you on again just to hang out and talk about it some more as a few weeks pass by and your numbers have hit 100K and you got to wear that bunny suit because that's fun to watch.
Do I have to wear it on everybody's stream? Is that
you don't have to wear it? You don't have to wear it on our stream. No, you don't have to.
I think so.
Wait, do I have to wear it grocery shopping? I'm just kidding.
I would.
Well, only if you're streaming, I guess.
Yeah. Okay. Deal. I guess that's it. I'll be the pink bunny man. Now I'm gonna have to add it. Now I'm gonna have
after
to
the Pink Panther, the Pink Frag.
Yeah.
Oh man.
I think he's gonna have to be added into the comic. That's it. There's no way about it. I'm definitely not gonna draw in it though. I'm not gonna. I mean, if it's a drawing stream, I'll be in it, and then if it's comfortable, I might be in it. Let's just put it that way. If it's really comfortable, I'll stay in it, and if it's not, I won't.
You're gonna start getting really concerned if you start going like, wait, I'm kind of getting used to this.
It becomes my whoopee. You guys remember Mr. Mom?
Oh yeah,
my wife. Don't take it away. That's my whoopee.
But I'm sorry, Drew. I cut you off. You were saying something.
Well, I was just saying that the only, actually, it should be pretty comfortable to wear. By the way that those things are sewn, the only thing that would be uncomfortable is if they get the leg length wrong. So then the zipper will be kind of like snug in the crotch area.
I made sure to get the biggest size they had because I've got 36-inch legs. Like all my height is in my legs. So yeah, I've had some what do we call them? Nut crusher. I think this is the official sign language for it. Is a double chop on your nuts. I've had a few of those jumpsuits in my life, and they're no fun.
Yeah, you might have to cut the feet out. You know what I mean? You might have
to. They got the bunny ears on them. They have the little bunny ears on.
Right, but I mean, you might have to snip the ankle if the legs are too short.
Yeah. No, I want to keep hopefully the bunny feet they stay on and I get to keep that on there. Exactly.
Yeah, it'll be worth it if it does. It's just that you have expressed that you're like have abnormally long legs, and I can see that being an issue.
Yeah.
So now you're standing at 77.8.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it, man.
Beautiful.
We're getting close. My favorite thing about this campaign so far, outside of the fact that it's doing so well, is when I go to bed, I look at it, and then I go, "What's it going to be when I wake up?"
I know.
Right? And then I wake up, and every single time it blows my mind.
Yeah.
Every
well, you're actually living what the rest of us dream of doing with our campaigns. Okay, I mean, because the rest of us, Sim just got the 10K, but Brian and I are both still trying to chase the 10K point. You know what I mean? Because we don't have the reputation or the reach or the fan base or that kind of stuff that that other people have that are a little bit more successful. We'll get there next time. We'll get
my
there.
brick.
But
come and visit my show. Come visit my show this month. Like this first week and second week, I'm crazy bouncing around shows, but I'm going to be doing a lot more streams. You guys come on my show. I don't have the hugest audience, but I have the best audience.
Are you kidding me? You need to follow me back so I can
Hell
DM you. I couldn't send you a DM last time when you send you my link. Remember?
Oh shit, man! I thought we were following each other.
Yeah, no, we're only friends on Facebook.
Oh, that's why. Okay.
How could you, Dan? How could you?
I'm a prick bastard. Hold on a second. Let me.
Hey, we got
appreciate
your writer. Your writer Will is watching on Facebook. So hey, Will, how's
What's
it going,
up,
Will?
Hail, Will.
My friend Melissa is also watching on Facebook. So
hello,
Melissa. Yeah.
Right on. Awesome. Yeah, Will is good people. He used to be an intern at Extreme. Back way back when I met him when he was 12, and he interned for us during the summers. His mom would drive him all the way from Venice Beach all the way into Orange County, which was like an hour and a half each way. His mom was such a sweet lady. Brought him in. He would do menial bullshit. It fucking sucked for him, taking out the trash, getting people coffees, things like that. He and I bonded while he worked there, and we ended up becoming lifetime friends. And he ended up, for his 16th birthday, I gave him the cover of Black Flag 1, the triple gatefold. So he has that. That's his for life. And he's such a smart dude. He knows more about the history of civilization than anybody I know. He could tell you about Alexander the Great, Mesopotamia, Hannibal, Caesar. Like literally, the guy's a Encyclopedia Britannica, but not just in an informational way. He has context and an actual position on all of it, which is exactly what I need as someone who's like, I'm a gumbo guy. I've got all these ideas, and I have a string of what I want to have happen, but I think of things visually. And he asks all the right questions. Well, why this? Why that? And he pulls it out of me. And then once we have that raw material, he's there to like make it stick. So big love for Will.
He was talking about the process that you guys interact with on your channel the other night. I don't know if I was in there with you guys at that time, or I was just in the chat. I mean, just watching from behind. But he was talking about how, like, when you first started, getting together, he was getting it all wrong. But you guys got in sync and finally got synchronized, and now it like flows.
Yeah.
So
there's some.
That's awesome.
Without giving any details, there's some really crazy shit in this book that I'll tell you a story. Okay. Back in 1997, I did this book for Will Smith's wife, Jada Pinkett. Mm-hmm. And she was talking to me about this movie role that she had just turned down. Her and her husband were offered this role in this movie, and she's like trying to explain it to me, right? And then she goes into this visual thing explaining, like, imagine you like anime and manga, like with speed lines, but like there's action, but it's frozen. And I'm going, yeah. And she's like, but imagine like you're a battery. And she's like trying to explain what became the Matrix.
I knew it.
They were offered Neo and Trinity, but she's explaining to me the Matrix, and I'm just going, that sounds fucking weird. Like I didn't really gather what she was trying to say.
Oh, that's awesome.
So with Black Flag Pineapple Perception, it cannot be explained. It can't be explained. And working with Will, we had like a good 2 months of me going, dude, no. And he's like, oh yeah, right. And you know what I'm saying? Like I can't, other than that, I can't give anything up, but there's some mind fucks in this book that are really going to rock your world.
Sounds like you two have real creative alchemy.
We do, but it's very caustic, but not in a like lose your friend sort of way.
Yeah.
But it's caustic in the like, no, dude, you're not getting it, and him,
right.
You're not getting it, and then us kind of going, okay, you tell me what is Melissa hot? The name Melissa is hot. I don't know why I always like that thing.
Well, that's the thing is ultimately, I always tell people embrace the collaborative nature of the medium, and don't make it about your egos. No territorial pissing contests.
Right.
It's about the finished product.
And don't.
All for the good.
Yep. Hell yeah.
All for the good. And Matt and I had our little get together on that double pager down there. Like if you scroll down to the double pager of this first one, nope, got to go up. I think it didn't load the images. It's the first one in color, right underneath the cover. That one there.
One here.
Yeah. And so I was telling him, like, listen, man, I need a real strong sort of lighting spotlight coming from underneath them. And I have to say, he was a good man in saying, yeah, but your line art doesn't reflect that. Your line art, the light source is up here. And I went, you got me.
There you go.
I'm down. I'm down with being wrong. And this piece is so good. I mean, I want to make a poster of this. We were talking some black light poster ideas. Hold on a second. Who is that? Oh yeah. Sorry, I'm like talking out loud to my phone. Yeah, phone. This is not an Emoto Tech phone yet. But usually you can have a convo with your phone. Yeah, man. I love the collaborative process. And you know, as long as someone has a true position on something, I can be talked out of stuff. But you have to have a position. Otherwise, I'm like, nah.
Just be prepared to defend it. That's all.
That's it. I'm, you know, I worked with a guy, you know, Luc Besson, the director.
Yeah, Luc Besson.
Yeah. I'm a big fan of his work, but I'm not a fan of the man because
same here.
Yeah, I worked
really.
I worked for him, and he's got the problem of being, if he wrote it and you want to change it, it's not getting changed because you didn't write it. And that's that. And we had, we being the director of Transporter 2, we had a big problem with a scene in the movie. I don't know if you guys have seen it, but there's
worked on
Transporter 2, yeah.
I love Transporter.
I storyboarded that and worked with a stunt team on that movie.
Way. Corey Ewan, huh?
Yeah, so there's a bomb on the bottom of the car.
Right.
And instead of him doing something realistic, he goes off a ramp, barrel rolls, there's a hook in the sky, it scrapes the bomb off, he lands, drives off.
Right.
And you just go, there's no cool way to do that. Like without it being like, come on, you know? Yeah. And Louis and I spent a whole weekend, Louis the director, Louis and I spent the whole weekend fixing that scene. And our favorite one, because the location was at this boating yard, and there were these little pipes that stuck out of the ground. I don't know what they were for, but they were these little pipes that stuck out of the ground. And we thought, like, wouldn't it be cool if we had a lead car doing cross motion as he picks up speed, there's a thing called a Russian arm above the car. He does a drift, does a spin, takes the bomb off the bottom of the car, a low angle, skids towards camera, a lot like Akira. You know, when the bike skids for Akira, we see Frank, his face, boom, explosion behind him looking tough, driving off. We're like, yo, that's some fucking cool shit. We drafted it up. I boarded it up. Louis and I go and visit Luke. We say, Luke, hey, the scene. We put the folder on his desk. We go, check it out. He put his hand on the folder, pushes it back, doesn't look at anything, and says, as written. That was he didn't even listen to us. He just pushed it back, says, as written. And I remember seeing the movie in the movie theater for the first time with a crowd and hearing groans. Right. And just going, fuck, man, do it. Yeah. And that's the danger. Like I learned right there, that's the danger of not listening. That's the danger of letting, well, I'm the author of this, you know, letting that get in the way. Always be there to listen. Be there to
always
listen. Because the thing about, like you said, the collaborative effort is there's always room for the upgrade.
Project comes first, not ego.
The best thing
be your idea.
The best thing about working with experts is that they're likely better than you at what you hired them to do.
That's right.
That's what I'm saying. And artists are going to see things that I might not see.
That's true.
And if they're like Denny O'Neil told this really great story about how, like, when he was working on Batman with Neil Adams, right? How he had a page, the way it was scripted was there was a giant at the circus, right? And he's picking up this little girl and he's hurling her to her doom, right? And that's the small panel. And then the big panel is Batman swoops in and catches the little girl, right? That's how he wrote it.
Yeah.
He gets the page and it's reversed. And he's like, well, yeah, how many times have people seen Batman swing down and catch somebody as they're falling, right? A billion times. He was like, Neil Adams was right. The drama was with that giant.
And you can make him big to feel big.
Exactly. And that moment of him holding this little girl over his head and he's about to fucking throw her to her death. That's where the drama was. It was like, that's
find the drama.
Find the drama. Artists, people.
That's good stuff, man.
It's your artists.
That's why I keep telling people, it's like you cannot approach a comic like a book or a novel. No. Yeah, you really need to have a movie approach to it. More
there are things in comics that are super unique to comics. You know, we don't have the advent of time. We don't have we don't have motion, and we don't have sound. We have sound effects, we have context, and we have graphic design. And those are the things at our disposal. And with context, we can make things loud by what comes before and what comes after.
Yep.
With time, there's the context, a lot of tiny panels to give you panic. Bringing it into a big panel will give you scope. You can't just obviously in Black Flag, we're going to do a lot, but there's 8 double pagers right out the gate.
Nice.
At least 8 of the 48 pages are double pagers, and here are 2 of them right there. So nice. There's going to be a lot of that, but those moments are definitely planned in context. So
of course
there's almost like Sim, you're right. But you almost have to do a transposition where you go, okay, what is the big sound?
The money shot. The money shot.
Yeah, right. And what is the dun, 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 what's the suspense, chopping it up, not showing a lot,
Yeah.
So very much.
Sometimes you pull it off with playing with the paneling, reducing the panel. It's all about pacing.
Absolutely.
That's it.
Pacing is the trick. And one thing that I went from writing screenplays to writing comics. You know what I mean? Like I've done a lot of screenplays, and so I'm used to expressing with camera motion. You know what I mean? Like they're flying in and they're doing this, and it's like my first pass at the writing and all that was that. Obviously, this one I've learned my lesson and I'm writing it different now. But but now it's like you write the moment in time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Snapshots. You're telling a story in snapshots, and it is the most unnatural way to tell a story in the world.
But everybody, like I said, I think it was Doodle and Chill. It's like when you get to the point of you have to imagine the entire scene in your head, the angle and everything, and then you pick the perfect image between. It's something I've learned from animation.
Yeah.
Right. When you learn animation, you learn that keyframe, that keyframe there, that perfect shot. Yeah, that's what the one you build about. Then after that, you build the in between.
Another important thing, and we're leaving it out. And Matt Yackey, I know he's going, God damn you assholes, you leaving out a very important part of this. I can feel him. I feel him down there. I feel it rise up. And I'm
it's passing right through me and coming through my bald head.
There's a thing called color story, right?
Yep.
And if you take your book after you lay it out and you look and you can write, they have them in movies. There's a thing called color story.
Yeah.
And it's sort of how you hue your backgrounds. I was talking to Zayd about this, I saw this really nice Joe Ball drawing of a pirate ship. I said, is this the big reveal? I said, you need to put a 10% more drama in that color just to make it louder. And color is very, very important. Sorry for leaving you out, Matt. It's cool. I owe you, bro.
Another one that we leave out often is the letterers. And one thing that I like to bring up, it's one of the things that my brother's doing when he's doing the lettering for my books. Is I try to, like, dude, remember when they used to do storytelling also with lettering, like changing a different word, a different font, just to express a voice change, or story that one word's gonna be like a funky-ish just because,
Never do your own lettering, people. Never do your own lettering. Like when I get the page, I will do my own. I call it ghetto lettering and GIMP. But that's just I have an idea of how like text is going to look on the page so that it's not too crowded.
Right. You know? That makes perfect sense.
I actually do my own lettering. That's because it gives me one last chance to rewrite things, and sometimes I will rephrase stuff just to change the word's layout.
That's smart, man.
Your lettering's pretty good, brother.
I hired who I consider one of the best all-time inkers. If you guys are familiar with Howard Chaykin's American Flag?
Heck yeah.
Okay,
First comics, bro.
Then you're familiar with Ken Brusnak.
Yep.
He's our letterer. He's lettering Black Flag. Yeah. So
that's awesome.
Yeah, I don't bring him up because he's so old school. Some people are like, okay, who? But he's very much part of the team. He's graphic. I like him. I like Eliopoulos. I'm a big John Workman fan. Tom Orzechowski, John Costas, of course. Dark Knight.
Right.
But Brusnak, he's our guy.
But did you see our boy Phil? Phil's getting good at lettering too.
Yeah, Phil's pretty good, man.
He is.
I didn't want to get him. He's already so tall. If his head gets any bigger, he'll fall over. We don't want to call him Lollipop. I'm just fucking with you, Phil. No, Phil's amazing. I love him, man. I love him. Great spirit. He's really
talented, good voice,
man. Very talented. Great voice.
Nice
CG.
guy.
Yeah. Every bit of success Phil gets, he's worked hard for as well.
Yeah, him and his brother Brandon also. Yeah.
I haven't met Brandon. I haven't met him. I'm sure he's good. I know
Brandon's more the quiet type. So.
Okay, that makes sense. I'm the loud one of my brothers. I have 4 brothers, and I'm probably the most vocal of them all.
Yeah, but Brandon can draw a naked woman very well.
Awesome. I want to see it.
Yeah.
I might get me triggered. I could, it might get, there could be a lot to unpack there. It could be very problematic.
Yeah.
Sexy women in comics. Gee, whoever thought of that crazy idea?
It's crazy. Yeah, I'm full stop against anybody that tries to police the way I draw when I'm having fun. There's nothing salacious. There's nothing wrong with any of it. So
a while back, there's a girl that was coming to my book, Not the Merc, and she was looking at it and goes, "You're over sexualizing women." I'm like, "Yeah, but do you notice I'm also over sexualizing guys?"
Exactly.
Right. I'm an equal opportunity sexualizer.
Right.
Yeah.
It's not like all the guys. It's like all the guys are like like stick figures, and the girls are super.
Just look at Superman and Batman. They were always naked with body paint techniques.
I want to tell you guys a little secret right now. If you scroll down and look at Rascal, look at the big one right there, the double pager, and I want to tell you about the concept of sexualizing. Okay.
Right.
It goes. It's missing again. Down, down, down. There it is. See all that blue goop on him?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
That's his penis.
You say so, Dan. We'll take that to word.
I just was going with the over sexualizing.
That's his penis. That's his penis in every direction at once.
Every direction.
He's an alien. So
look out, ladies. Look out, ladies.
He doesn't know. He's naked and he's just letting it hang.
Don't sit next to him onto the bus, ladies. It's
knockout.
Yeah. No, I just wanted to see that piece again. Matt, you did such a great job, dude.
Beautiful.
Such a great job. And I learned some lessons on monitor calibration, because when I saw this on my monitor, it was like day glow. And now I see it and how it's supposed to be, and it makes me feel very, very excited.
Yeah,
very excited to
this is going to be a hot book, man. This is going to be. I mean, what am I saying? It is a hot book.
Dude, I can't wait to get back to drawing. Like the crazy thing, and Ethan told me this early on, He said, when you're campaigning, make sure you're still drawing a little bit, but because it becomes increasingly harder to draw when you're campaigning because you're on screen and you're telling the world about it. But with all of that said, I cannot wait to get back to just getting into this story.
Yeah, I can't wait to get back to writing too. But yeah, campaigning does take up a lot of time. Yeah. But you knocked it out of the park. Your very first time at bat here.
So check this out. So like the qualification of a hit indie comic, believe it or not, is not that high. It is 100 copies sold.
Is it really?
That's considered what a hit indie comic is. And the reason is because a lot of indie comics only sell like 5 or 10 copies.
Right.
Ron Mars only has like Ron Mars's new project, he has 158 backers.
Yeah. So just so you know, 100 copies is considered a hit. You have completely blown that up. You have a super hit comic already.
That's great.
And it's not even in anybody's hands yet.
Well, if you scroll up and look, I was just on another stream and I realized this as I was on that stream. That picture right there, if you look right next to the flag, it says Incredible Comics.
Mm-hmm. Right.
To me, that is what the future is, that we're setting this down. This is our flagship. And the success of this book will lay the groundwork for some of these other books that I have planned. I've got an idea book with over 45 ideas in it. And of those 45 ideas, 5 of them I feel are really solid. They're worthy of being like, if we're in the 1961, this is my Fantastic Four. I've got a Spider-Man. I've got an Avengers. I've got an X-Men. I've got these ready to go. And with the profits of this book, I'm going to be able to hire other teams to bring out those books. So it's with this book surpassing my expectations. What it means is that Incredible Comics is going to be happening sooner, which means I'm going to be able to create more jobs sooner. So it's just so freaking exciting. So the success of this book, my success, the success of my team, the success of the CG fans is going to mean more of this type of book coming from Incredible Comics, which just it's like winning the lottery. It feels amazing.
Yeah, I can only imagine. It's got to feel incredible, man. Victories are sweet, and this is clearly a victory. And the most beautiful thing is this is just the beginning of your campaign. You're not even a week into it yet.
I was about to say we've only just begun.
And then so like this is going to blow up even bigger. And then what's going to be amazing is your next campaign that you launch.
Yeah,
since you're going to already fulfill this book, everybody's going to love it, and they're going to be already huge fans. The next campaign will do even better than
you think?
Guaranteed.
Here's the thing. Not only do I think is like it is a proven method
we know.
across the board.
Okay.
Yeah.
I got to make sure I maybe overprint a little bit, because I don't want a bunch of new people jumping in on number 2 and not having number 1, because number 1 is setup, baby.
Dan,
I recommend since it's so popular, I recommend overprinting. Because then you can leave it in demand. You know what I mean? And then what happens is when people get it and start having it in their hands, other people who haven't bought it yet begin to jones for it, and then they'll want it.
When they start seeing it in other people's hands, exactly. When they start seeing it in in Twitter posts, YouTube reviews, that kind of a thing.
Yeah, they're gonna want it.
I've made 60% of my sales after I went in demand.
Yep.
Really?
You can ask Phil, dude. He started selling a lot more as soon as he started fulfilling. He was falling into a stall. Yeah.
They get the proof in the pudding. It's not just the concept; they have it.
Exactly.
Right. Plus, if when you're doing your price quotes, you'll notice that the difference between 1,000 books and 5,000 books really isn't that far.
That's nuts. Well, that's good to know. I'm still, I had my pricing done for Saddle Stitch, and we did the upgrade. I knew I used to work in pre-press. I know enough about printing to know what the upgrade was and that we can afford it, but I don't know the price breaks yet. So that's interesting.
You'll see it's really not that far. In fact, 5,000 usually is the magic number for like, getting a really effective cost on a book. And I mean, obviously 10, if you're doing like actual LCS distribution, you're probably already aware that 10,000 is the magic number there. So
Vinny's hardcovers now. He did 30 grand on Into the Woods.
Yeah.
And like he set it as a tier. So like when it hit 15, remember Drew, we were all over his ass. We were like promoting his book because we wanted that freaking hardcover.
Yeah, I wanted that hardcover book. Yep.
Yeah, man. And so that's the thing is you have also like everybody in CG, you have access to people that know a lot more than you do that are going to be happy to help you out. They're going to be happy.
It's been great. That's been a wonderful thing because, something as simple as setting up a pre-launch page.
Yeah.
I had no clue how to do that. So Phil from Zaid Comics is the one that showed me. He's like, we had a StreamYard session, a private StreamYard session where he's like, go here, do this, go here. It kick out a CSV. You import that into a MailChimp or another one. And I was like, oh. I really thought like that was built into Indiegogo, but it's not. And I've been really, really fortunate in having people help me out in that way, for sure.
Yeah, that's one of the beautiful things about CG is that the true CGers, are the ones that are there for each other. And it's like no matter how successful we are or aren't, the hardcore CG will be there for you. You know what I mean? And we're there for each other. You know what I mean?
That's a good thing, man. And people are showing up, and there's the proof is there.
And there's more people coming up behind us. And what's great about that is that not only are we not gatekeepers, we're gate openers.
Absolutely, that's exactly right.
It's by supporting each other that
our own books now.
And it's by supporting each other that we can offer a lot more selection to everybody and become a full market and compete with the big ones.
And help people learn about new things.
Yeah.
I love it.
To me, like the most awesome thing about CG is that you have these people that have YouTube channels, they'll have you on to promote your book, and they kind of like realize like, wait a second, that guy's not a genius. Maybe I could do this too. And now they're doing their own books and killing. Like the Greater 0.5 peeps, the Peregrine, they're already 10 grand.
I think they're like 14 grand now. I think actually. So
are they?
Yeah.
Beautiful.
No, the beautiful thing about CG is it's like the early days of YouTube. When YouTube was still an animal that was community driven. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's a giant con.
Yeah,
24/7 con.
Well, the beautiful thing is that we have a unique opportunity here to by working together expand a complete market. Not just stroke each other's backsides and say you're awesome, but like introducing new people to Dan. You know what I mean? Because we're streaming on Facebook, we're streaming on YouTube. I guarantee you, there's at least a handful of people who've never knew who Dan was.
Amen.
You know what I mean? That know now.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And even though we're just a small contribution to the cause, we are a contribution. And then Dan, he's filled with goodwill. He is giving to people. He's got his team. He wants to help other people as he improves. And because of that, he's going to be fostering so much goodwill. And he's going to be helping other creators increase their profile by introducing his fans to them, and then those people are going to also basically procreate those fans out to other channels, and then what happens is the fan base grows because there's people that come outside along the fringes, those get pulled in, everybody gets new people, that the audience just grows. I mean, we reach down, we reach across, we reach up, but we always have to remember to reach down. We always have to remember to reach down. That's one thing this channel always does and always will do is we will the new creators who are completely unknown. We will try and find you, and we will try and highlight your book. We will try and increase your fan base. We will do our best to help that happen, because that is what Comicsgate is about. That it is it's not just grabbing an oar for people who are already successful. It's about grabbing an oar and helping the people who have dreams, who have fantasies, who have desires to succeed, to help them do what they can do. You know what I mean? Because
you need to pass the collection tray, dude. That's amazing. That is amazing. It's the 1 becomes 2 becomes 4 becomes 8. Like, definitely, man. I'm glad to hear that, Drew. I am.
That's what
amazing.
That's what we're all about, man. That is what we're all about. And Drew has done so much for so many people. He gave me my YouTube legs. You know, awesome. First couple of YouTube interviews I did, I was like,
the camera's a strange beast, man.
It is.
You know, I was doing pre-recorded stuff, and pre-recorded stuff's easy because you're like, take 5, take 8. You know, when you're live, you're like, oh shit. And you forget you're farting, or like, now I'm like, hit the mute, hit the camera, hit the mute. It's a funny thing, man, getting used to this thing, but it's a powerful tool. And the fact that we can all be here. What do you got there, Matt Yaki? Don't be trying to hide that. What is that?
What you got? What you got? Let's put him on here. Let's see this. What is this? What is this? What is this? What we got? Ooh!
Oh, man. Absolute nice killing joke.
I was there.
Killing joke. Yes.
Beautiful. And then that's another book. You saw the.
I did. I need that.
Yeah. That is awesome, man.
Quarantine.
You're making people drool on themselves, brother.
Yes.
Yeah, I just bought the Jim Lee X-Men XXL for my birthday.
Did you get a special table to put it on?
Right.
Oh, you need to.
I've got it in it. Every time I grab it, I'm like, my hernia. I got a laptop table that I have to lay it on like a wizard, right? You go boom, and you open it up like a wizard. Because that thing is huge. It's huge. The only way I'm gonna go grab it just so I can show people, because when you see a picture of it,
don't give yourself a hernia though. Don't claim your hernia.
I have a hernia right now, but
don't claim it.
Is it the same size of the Jim Lee Wildcats?
No, you have
bigger.
It. You have it, right? You said you got it, Sim, or you?
I ordered it. I'm getting.
I'm going to show you something. I'm going to hold it, and then the best thing that I can do, because we all know how big this is, right? Mm-hmm. Hold on a second. I'm going to go grab it, and then you'll see.
I'm going to go run to the bathroom real quick.
No. It's a monster. It's a monster.
I got the total visual of like the Merlin book stand, the podium with a I totally have the podium visual.
It looks bigger than the one that I got.
If you want to get yourself a little laptop table, I'm not kidding about this. Like, they sell them at the Walmart or Amazon. Just get like yourself a $20 laptop table, because you'll need it. So I'm going to hold it up. And you're going to go, oh yeah, it's big, right? So here it is, right?
Wow.
Now you need scale relation, okay?
My God, it's like 4 times the size of a comic book.
You can put 5 comics on this thing.
Holy shit, balls!
Dude,
that's bigger. Why I go, it's big, but when you do this, you go, oh my God, that thing is fucking massive.
I was expecting like something the size of the Absolute Wildcats Jim Lee. No, it's this is like the artist edition type of size.
I really miss not going to the gym during this quarantine. So I do shit like this. I get the workout, because I think it weighs like 26 pounds or something.
Are those like 11 by 17 pages? How big are those?
Oh, way bigger, dude. Here's an 11 by 17 page. You guys know what a comic board looks like.
Right. Holy shit.
So if you take a comic board and turn it sideways, it's almost 2 comic boards.
So it's 24 by 36 then?
About,
So it's like poster sized.
It's the size of a poster.
Yeah. Holy shit!
It's like 300 pages thick. You're gonna get a workout.
Nice. How much was that?
I paid $78. It retails for $100, but I paid $78. And if you guys are old school fans like I am, there's one called The Amazing Ditko Spider-Man. Okay. It is Spider-Man, one of these. And the best part about it is it has perfect reproductions of Amazing Fantasy 15 black and white scans of the artwork in the very back. So if you're a fan of Ditko like I am, you're going to want one.
Man, if I could just afford all that kind of stuff, that would.
I just bought the X-Men one for my birthday, and I'm getting it on May 5th.
My friend Tony is watching from Facebook right here. Tony's he's a good buddy I grew up with. Man, he's a real righteous dude.
What's up?
Thanks for showing up, Tony. Man, appreciate you, brother.
Yeah, you know what, Matt? We should do something like this, dude.
Yes.
The value of all the details.
Oh yeah.
That would be awesome.
It'd be crazy.
I can't wait to read that.
Free. That's the best part about dreams. Dreams are free, and then we make them happen. That's what we got to do.
Yeah. In fact, anybody who's checked out the first Captain Love book, speaking of dreams, this is my dedication.
Here, hold it up. Make yourself big. I can't see it.
Yeah, let me. I gotta try and do this with two hands here.
All the dreamers. Amen.
Nice.
Amen. That's great.
Yeah.
That's true. Man. Because a dream is a wish your heart makes, as they say in the Disney movies. So that's amazing.
Well, the way I look at it is that everybody has a dream. I know it's like total like Rapunzel freaking, like Disney, yeah, exactly. But it's really a true thing. I mean, everybody you talk to in life has some kind of dream, some kind of like something that they have inside them that they've always wanted to do. You know what I mean? And that
fly fishing.
Yeah, and it's hey, there's your buddy Death. This is Luke. You said his name was right.
Yeah, Death Metal Hero. What up, Luke?
What's up, man?
There he is.
Hail, Luke.
Big time, big love, Luke. Yeah,
yeah. So like everybody's got a dream, and there's nothing greater than helping somebody realize their dream. I mean, obviously, realizing your own dream is really great.
Yeah,
but for some, but helping somebody else for some reason is just a little bit more joyful. I don't understand what that is about human nature, but it is kind of cool. It's
a different experience being able to help somebody, like be part of somebody else's dream and see them enjoy it. It's like somebody see, you love a book so much, right? Like us, Meta Baron.
Oh yeah,
watching somebody read it when Ro bought it the first time, and he for 2 weeks he was like, dude, thank you. That's fucking amazing. And you're like, yes. It's you enjoy seeing somebody enjoying something as much as you can. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's why we tell stories. It's because we want to move others the way that we were moved.
Absolutely. We want to feel.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's what art is for. It's the body needs nourishment, so does the soul. And, as artists, that's what we're doing. We're nourishing people's souls, even if that means sometimes just getting their mind off their troubles for however long,
That's right. That's right.
Here's Tony kind of doxing our childhood a little bit. He's all, I can remember talking about this from when we were kids. Yeah.
Amen. Amen. I love that, man. That's why, my Rascal character is named after my best friend from junior high. It's like, it's always the old school homies are great. Like I've known Matt Yaki since 1999. I met
Matt awesome.
Yaki. I met him in line for the Phantom Menace of all places. That's where we met.
Really?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
We were in elementary school and we met on the playground because everybody pitted us against each other in a fight.
What?
Yeah, and then he lived right down the street from me. So we ended up being like best buddies and played Legos and G.I. Joes and air guitar and the mirrors and shit.
Wow.
And just,
awesome.
Totally grown up like brothers. You know what I mean? So yeah.
I love that, man. Like Rocky and Apollo. You get in a fight and then your best homies until the end.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Exactly.
Yep.
Exactly. Well, we've been going 2 hours and 18 minutes, and this has been fun. I really would like to continue it, but we got to let Dan, get and spend some time with his family,
Yeah.
and he's like, no, I hate my family. No, we know.
I love my family.
Thanks for hanging out. We appreciate that, and we appreciate everybody in the chat and everybody who's tuned in. We love you all.
We definitely know you love your family because we see it all the time, man. Your kids come on, you have the dedication where you have to stop and put your daughter to bed. Your wife brings you food. You talk about the stuff that she does, man. I admire your family life. I don't have a family. I'm a totally live alone kind of guy. So I admire that.
Yeah, Pepper Potts.
Help me, guys. Yeah. Help me. She's holding me hostage, guys. I got a little sign.
Oh man,
that's great.
This is great. This is great.
Yeah. So everybody, if you have not yet taken the moment to check out the Fraga Boom Black Flag Pineapple Perception comic,
get down on it.
Get down on it. You're gonna want this. You're gonna want this.
Yeah, you are.
And let me just say it one more time. You're gonna want this because I'm not sharing mine. You know what I mean?
Oh,
I'm gonna have mine. You can look at it. You can drool. But that's about all you're gonna get. So
word, Drew.
Me, I'm backer 5 and 52.
75 backers away.
Hail Simon. Hail Simon.
From awesome. Portacular. Gonna have to get John Malin to get in on some bacon, even though he likes it. He just says it's overrated.
Bacon overrated?
Oh no. Bacon's
bacon is
awesome.
Probably like my favorite thing to eat.
It's my favorite. Yeah.
See, if Malin was in this show, he would try to talk
meat candy.
Down.
But we can try. We could try. He would lose on that one. He would.
That's how we call it here in Canada. It's meat candy.
Matt fell out, huh?
Oh yeah, he might have. Have you guys ever had pork jowl?
Have not had pork jowl.
In Germany, actually. Yeah.
Cheek of a pig. That is the bacon of bacon.
It is.
If you get a chance to have some pork jowl and fried up, that is really where it's at.
That's the shiznit.
I'm gonna have to figure out where I can. I'm gonna have to figure out where I can get some of that.
Your butcher will have it once all of this craziness is done. Tell your butcher you want some pork jowl, and he'll hook it up.
Sweet. Definitely gonna check that out because I love bacon. It's like okay, so like Christmas, right? It's like this was like one of my favorite days of the year, not because of the presents and all that kind of stuff, but because my ex. We would all gather at her parents' house, and she'd spend the whole morning whipping up awesome vittles for everybody.
Yeah,
she would make like an extra plate of bacon just for me.
Oh, shoot!
So I would have my food and then a plate of bacon. I could just eat it till I made myself sick, man. That's how I did it.
I love it.
Tony says my kids call it face bacon.
It is face the jowl. The jowl.
I had it in Germany like a long time ago when I was a kid. It was really delicious.
Malin keeps talking about tacos from Taco Bell. So I'm sorry, bacon is better, right?
Yeah.
Right? That's exactly. Right? That's his jam. It's tacos from Taco Bell. So I'm like, nah, I'm sorry, bacon.
Tony's got pigs on his farm. That's awesome. You get fresh face bacon. That's awesome.
Definitely gotta hook some of that bacon up. I am definitely. I mean, if it's better than normal bacon, I'm like, I must try.
It's you can get it as crackling and crispy as regular bacon, but you know when you get bacon and you bite into that sort of crunchy, juicy piece, and that grease hits you, and it feels like the best hug you've ever gotten in your life.
I do know that feeling.
It's like that, but more. You know what I mean? It's like little packets of that.
He's not exaggerating.
My stomach just growled. Just so you
know. Pig jowl, and pork belly's great. Bad Noise, that's my younger brother. Bad Noise talking about pork belly. He's right. Pork belly's great, which is basically uncured bacon, but pork jowl, that's where you do it. And if you guys get a chance, I'm sure you have them up there in Fresno. If you can find a Korean barbecue place, chances are they'll have it.
We have quite a few, yes.
Yeah, just let them know you want some of that pork jowl.
Okay.
That's where you're going to get it, and you're going to be able to cook it yourself on the grill and make it the way you want it. But that is the place to go.
Your cholesterol's going to go through the roof, Drew. Don't do it.
Tony says he's going to hook you up, dude.
Yeah, and that'll be awesome because he will too. He's great at that kind of thing. So
fresh shakes.
If there's one thing that I know Tony knows is he knows how to fucking cook meat on barbecuing and that kind of stuff. So
everybody needs that.
Exciting.
Yeah. Everybody needs that. Yeah, exciting. Dun, 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 dun,
so exciting to me.
Hog jaw. He calls it.
It's got the cool thing. That's gonna be stuck in my head until I go to bed, and then I'm gonna wake up with that.
That's my little gift to you, Dan.
So
bad noise is your brother, right? He says he had eggs Benedict with pork belly once.
10 out of 10. Yeah. That's my younger brother. Yeah, we got 10 years between us. He's my younger brother. I don't want to call him my little brother. He's my younger brother. Great dude.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Very sweet. All right. Well, let's go ahead and call it a show. We're almost up at 2.5 hours.
Awesome.
This has been a great time, Dan. Thank you so much for coming and hanging out with us, brother. You know what? And I'll definitely take you up on when you're past the heavy part of your campaign. I'll take you up on coming on.
That'll probably be next week, man. Next week will be a little easier.
Because I would love to hear your impressions on Captain Love and stuff. I would love to get your feedback and hear what you think, man. So
yeah.
That would be
awesome.
awesome.
I love the concept. I think it's great. You said, let me try to remember it. It is the Captain Love, and he's got his AI assistant that lives in all these different things.
Yeah.
She's in his head. She's in the computer. She can go into buildings and hack things for him and stuff.
He's got Mac ability with the ladies, of course. He's got that Spock thing going, like the ladies want him because they can't have him. That sort of thing.
Does she whisper advice to him? Tell her she looks pretty. You look pretty.
She actually does all kinds of things. As far as like advice whispering, that's not as often as just mainly like fucking with him.
Yeah, can she ratatouille him? Like, can she like access his neuro cortex and be like, like he can't help him?
She actually can influence his neural pathways because anything that's electrical she can actually access, and she can actually read his memories, but she can't read his short-term memory or what he's actively thinking.
That's great.
Yeah.
Can she make him slap himself in the face?
That's something that possibly can hapen. What's funny is he can't get away from her. Like, so if he closes his eyes and even plugs his ears, she's inside. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So even if he closes his eyes, he can. There's no escape.
Go home, please. I gave you cab money. Go home.
Angry girlfriend. Oh man. Oh.
Exactly. So there's no not giving her the last word.
And my man Drew is all about the science. Let me tell you, you could talk quantum physics with Homeboy here. And
good. You Brian Green fan? You Brian Green?
Brian Green?
Yeah.
A little bit.
He talks about the string theory, or have you ever seen What the Bleep?
I have seen What the Bleep. The string theory is kind of outdated now.
I know, which is sad.
Quantum entanglement's the new thing.
So superpositioning is gone.
Well, vibration being translated into reality is they think they've proven against that now.
That's sad.
But what they do feel that is the new thing that everybody's excited about is the fact that particles can be not touching each other and can be like across the solar system from each other and still interact. So like you can interact with this particle and this one will actually change.
It's not boson. What's the thing called? What is that called? Because I've heard about
quantum entanglement. Yeah.
Okay. And then the other thing that blows my mind is that something can change from a particle to a wave depending on if it's being observed or not.
Yes. Basically, like say if you're bombarding something with like say gamma rays or whatever, if you're not looking at it, it will behave a certain way. But if you look at it, there will be an interaction because you're actually by observing it, you change the reality of the object by observing it, which means that reality is truly perception. just so that we understand. Quantum physics has proven that reality is perception. What we see, if we don't see it, it's not real till we see it.
I've thought about this in regard, and we can keep going, and I know we got to get going, but I think about this when it comes to creativity. You know, there's that thing called the flow.
Right.
Yeah.
It just works.
Yep.
I believe that is by the act of not looking at it. You know, there's that Bruce Lee saying in Enter the Dragon, don't concentrate on the finger or you'll miss all the heavenly glory.
Yep.
Right?
Hail the Bruce.
Yeah, don't look at the end of your pencil and think of it that way. Be the picture, right?
Mm-hmm.
And
be water, my friends.
You
like water.
You be it. You don't observe it. It's like I guess the equivalent is like when someone tries too hard is the example of hyper focusing on it, which makes it behave a certain way. Where when you be it and you're not observing it, it behaves another way, which is actually like human nature.
Yeah, it's where you're the conduit instead of the physical driver. Yeah, it's like the universe is passing through you. Yeah, you're not, you know what I mean. You're not forcing anything.
Are you sure you guys didn't smoke weed before we did this?
Aesthetically, don't resist. Aesthetically, don't resist it.
Comment.
You have to go with the flow. That was because it's like my brother's always saying like, how can you do like 16 hours without sleep, without nothing, and just draw? I'm like, I don't know. I'm in it. I'm in the zone.
You go
and I'm not going to stop because sometimes I try to get in that zone. And when you try to force it, it doesn't happen.
Well, you probably experience the same thing, Dan, when you're freestyling. Because I know when I'm songwriting, like, you know, like I can't force it. There's no way I can force it. I have to sit back and like play the music over and over and over again, and then the melody comes to me, and then I'll like hum with the melody for a while, and then the lyrics will come to me, and then I'll be playing with it a while, and then like the ideas of the verse will come to me, and I'll just start singing them, and sometimes they'll like flow into something, sometimes they won't work. But what's funny is eventually it takes shape, and it's not something I can force.
That's right.
You have no idea how much I busted his balls to get him to do a Captain Love song. I'm like, you got to. You're a musician. You got to do a Captain Love theme song. It was just like, it'll come. But eventually it did. So
yeah, there's a theme song on my campaign video. So
yeah. Can you put your campaign video up?
Yeah, we can. We'll how about we close out on that? Just
let's do it.
Yeah, so let's go ahead and do that. So let's get the campaign.
Don't forget to like, sub, share.
Yeah,
Black Flag, Back Six Gun Gorilla.
Before we split this, we're Black Flag gone up at all. We're still at 7778, which is an amazing number to be at. 925 backers, 75 backers away from 1,000. That's going to happen. It's going to happen. All right, so this is
Candy.
Here it goes. Hi, my name is Drew Ish, and I'm the author of the Captain Love series. Well, I'll tell you all about the second book, Rise of the Pirate King. Yeah, that's the thing. And in this book, you're going to get everything that you would expect from Captain Love. Yeah, you bet. And I'm blessed enough to be able to use the same creative team. You know what I mean? If you feel like the universe is caving in, you need love to the rescue. Love to the rescue. And it seems like nothing will be right again. You need love to the rescue. Love to the rescue. Yeah, love to the rescue. All right now. Now, Captain Love is a space trucker and a former war hero. There is even a legend that he may be immortal. He is accompanied by Spade, who's a living AI. Yes, I said immortal. As he cannot die, it feels like the universe is caving in. You need love to the rescue. And it seems like nothing will be right again. You need love to the rescue. Yeah, love to the rescue. Captain Love to the rescue. All right now. In this book, you'll get space pirates pirates, sexy girls and science monks. There'll be bar fights, space battles, and a lot of awesome junk.
Oh, hey.
There's nudity and violence and swearing within, so this book is mature. That means it's not made for children. And if it feels like the universe is caving in, there'll be love to the rescue. Yeah, and it seems like nothing will be right again. You need love to the rescue.
Love to the rescue.
Captain Love to the rescue. Captain Love to the rescue. Captain Love to the rescue.
This looks awesome. And I like the rated E for the rated E.
Captain Love. The book is going to be awesome. Rise of the Pirate King is just the second in an adventure heading forward for many books. Thank you for your time.
Excellent.
And Drew's books, by the way, smell delicious.
Dude, that was great.
Right?
That was great. I have a question for you, a technical question. How did you get the volume up on being able to play your song through StreamYard and being able to hear it like that? Are you using Chrome? What are you using?
I do use Chrome. The video volume is pretty much set when I upload it. You know what I mean? And then I just make sure that when I play it, I have it turned up all the way. And
where do you turn it up?
Oh well, if you look at the little, the little volume control. Let's see here. Let's share it back again real quick. Right.
Let's see it again.
So when you share the screen, you do contract. Make sure you always do the share audio button. You select the page. The trick. Here we go. Anytime it wants to pop in there, the trick is on the. Did I pick the different one? I picked a different one. Okay, so here we go. We are on this one here. Come on, come forward.
Are you using a PC or a Mac?
I am using a PC. Okay. But I'm just tripping on how I brought up the other campaign page, and it's telling me I'm on this one. So I just want to scroll this up and down. Does that work? That is so weird. How is it doing that?
It's because we're observing it.
Yeah, exactly. Because I'm like, oh, you know what? I'm sharing. I know what I'm doing. I'm sharing the one on my PC. That's what, duh. Okay, so I'm sharing this one here. Yeah, okay. So like when you play it, right, you have this little here.
Mm-hmm.
This actually is your volume control. You know what I mean? For that.
Yeah.
So I mean that would be the thing to check. But the
Captain Love is a space trucker and former war.
That's the first campaign. That one's in demand right now. If you guys, anybody who's listening, who's interested in Captain Love, if you buy that now, it ships tomorrow. I have them in stock. They're here now. It's in demand.
You get it fast.
So yeah. But anyway, thank you everybody much for coming. Dan, so happy to have you here, man. It's such great to know you, dude. You are a righteous dude. I look forward to getting to know you better, man. I see you as being one of those really cool people that I'm proud to know, man. So
thanks, dude.
Yeah. We're gonna end this broadcast. Everybody, thank you for coming. Don't forget to subscribe and like the video. Make sure you go and back Black Flag. That book is going to be awesome. Get your hands on that while you can, because you don't want to miss out on that. All right. Thank you for coming. We'll see you next time.
Peace, love, and soul. CG.